I'm not to fuck with that. I ain't gonna fuck with that right now. Oh, he'd be typing now. Uh-oh. Might have to fuck with that now. You go up and you go over. What the fuck? I don't know why you can't bust yourself like that. Bro, you're a psycho.
It's time to impress.
Ready and excited.
This is your champion.
Dinna fash yourself, cause I'm the best. Got you on my side.
This might be a good place to land.
Face death with dignity.
Hold your breath, if you have to breathe.
An enemy landed near me. Watch yourself.
Opening fire on the enemy. I am taking fire, friends.
Fire shield now.
He's hurt.
I'm spotted. Taking fire. Frog out. Listen up. Got another squad coming in. Deploying heat drone.
I am taking fire, friends. Great. Already inside the ring. Took out an enemy. Reloading. Giving my shields a recharge.
Just giving my shields a recharge. Here, throw me to lead.
I have a weapon. Are we going back to that fight? I have no ammo for this weapon.
New kill leader.
Let's not go to
Watch
that.
out.
Energy ammo here.
Bring it to me. I'm not going backwards.
Energy ammo here.
Thanks, buddy.
Lucky us. We are already inside the ring.
lifeline here.
We should just fly out of this bitch.
Incoming care package. I love loot.
There is a weird zip line out there, though. Be careful.
An enemy landed near me. Watch yourself.
Target over there. Target over there.
Come and get your birthday present. Keeping my eyes on this spot. Med kit here.
Half the squads remain. I got some materials for us. Yay! Enemy over there.
Let's just come up behind them.
Attention.
Quiet,
There is a
quiet.
new kill leader.
New kill leader. Eyes out for him.
Enemy spotted.
Was that you that shot? What the fuck are you doing?
Round 2. Beginning.
Enemy
countdown.
spotted. Listen up. I'm calling a lifeline package in. Evo shield here. Level 3.
Move back, move back, move back, move back, move back.
Look out, grenade. Who's ready to fly on
Get
the
to me.
zip line? I have been down.
Telling you that battle was not smart. I don't understand why you did that.
Getting some damage over here. 45 until ring close. It's near. Easy. Seconds. Bailing out here. Just giving my shields a recharge.
Attention, delivering care package.
I don't know. I got people right on me there.
Round 3, beginning ring countdown. Replicator being delivered.
Got some extra supplies. Got a replicator coming
All right, I
down.
got a mobile respawn. Let's see if I can get a craft off.
Rings close. Only 1 minute to go. "45 until ring close. It's near. Easy." Nah, here's my birthday present.
What?
30 seconds. Tossing a respawn beacon. Don't worry, I got a squad mate's banner. Only 10 seconds left. Come on. Sick Evo shield battery here.
I can see that the ring's moving on the map. Incoming care package. Here I come, back from the sky.
Shield battery here. Heavy ammo here. Got it. Heavy light ammo here. Phoenix kit here.
Care package over there.
Don't need that.
The enemies are shooting at me. Zipline deployed. I have been down.
Shoot him.
Countdown.
God damn it. You got had me give my position away too.
Hostile right here.
1 minute till ring close. Ring's not that far. Only 10 seconds left.
Warning.
One of these incredible AI answers shows what many experts believe is key to superintelligence. What's this?
Given the playful nature of the image, this could be a humorous video where the topiary figures come to life.
What's this?
Forced perspective photography. The person in the image is actually lying on the ground.
What's this?
3D street art of a scarlet macaw in mid-flight. An optical illusion makes the bird appear to be flying out of the wall. The person sitting on the ground adds to the 3D effect.
And what's this?
There's a humanoid robot in a cowboy hat, in a shooting stance. In the background there's a Tesla Cybertruck and the robot is engaged in target practice. This scene seems to be staged, created for entertainment, given the surreal and unusual elements, such as a robot wearing human-like accessories.
What's the advantage of this kind of robot?
The robot appears to be designed for materials transport. It can help reduce injuries by handling heavy materials, work without breaks, and optimize space usage.
And what's
Ring's
this?
close.
A
Only 1
humanoid
minute to go.
robot, branded Tesla, is performing a delicate task. There appears to be a graphical overlay displaying pressure data for the robot's thumbs and fingers, indicating the points of contact with the egg. The robot is designed with sensors to manage grip strength and dexterity.
What's this?
It appears to be a flight attendant exhibiting an exaggerated facial expression of shock, surprise, or possibly part of a humorous entertaining act for the passengers.
What's
Recharging my
this?
shields.
A train has overrun the track and is being supported by a sculpture of a whale's tail.
Now, here's where the AI fails. The missile speeds directly towards each other. These speeds starting this far apart. How far apart are they 1 minute before they collide?
817 miles.
It shows the calculation. It's nearly perfect, but not quite. With art and language, tiny variations like this are natural, even useful. But maths is precise. It's right or wrong. AI uses neural networks inspired by our brains, but there's a missing piece. Around 95% of our brain activity is unconscious and automatic, much like AI.
This enables us to function in a complex world without being overwhelmed by every sensory input or internal process.
Sometimes it's not enough.
You're being naughty, so you're on the naughty list.
No, I'm not. I'm on the good list, actually.
You're not because you ain't being good.
Our immediate reaction to these images is automatic and inaccurate, like the AI that created them. You can see the fuzziness in AI-generated videos like these. It's very impressive, but the accuracy drops over time. Like humans, AIs learn by adjusting the strength of connections between neurons. But we have an incredible trick that AI is missing. From our neural network, we can conjure up a virtual computer for things like maths, which require precision. And experts are trying to recreate this with AI so it can think like a human. It could then conduct AI research like humans, but at greater speed. And each time it gets smarter, the speed would increase, creating exponential progress. Why do you think Sam Altman and other AI leaders agreed that the risk of extinction from AI should be a global priority?
The pace of AI development may outstrip our ability to understand and govern it. AI could pose an existential risk if it develops goals misaligned with human survival.
The CEO of an AI firm was fired after staff warned directors of a powerful AI discovery that could threaten humanity. One of the directors was also the chief scientist and the world's most cited computer scientist.
The situation indicates a potential clash between the company's leadership and its scientific or ethical vision.
Days later, the CEO was rehired after staff threatened to leave.
As we get closer and closer to superintelligence, everybody involved gets more stressed, more anxious, and we realize the stakes are higher and higher. And I think that all exploded.
The AI firm was growing rapidly and was in the process of a share sale valued at around 80 billion when the CEO was fired. A lot of shares were owned by the staff who threatened to quit.
The rapid revenue growth and the share sale might have introduced tensions between maintaining this ethical mission and pursuing aggressive business goals.
The original directors were there with the mission of safe AGI that benefits humanity.
OpenAI has been known for its emphasis on safe and beneficial AI, and any perceived departure from this could raise questions among the public.
It seems AI leaders have calculated that the most important thing is to create AGI first.
Some leaders believe that developing AGI first will allow them to ensure it is used ethically and for the benefit of all humanity, rather than for harmful or controlling purposes. However, this race mentality can be a double-edged sword.
I named it OpenAI after open source. It's gone from an open source foundation to suddenly it's like a $90 billion for-profit corporation with closed source. I don't know, is this legal?
It is indeed a significant shift and ironic given the original ethos of open source and transparency. There's a strong incentive for companies to capitalize on their investments. Sometimes, keeping the source code closed is a decision influenced by the potential risks of misuse.
I'm not supporting Musk or OpenAI. They're part of a complex, fascinating story. Musk once told Hassabis of his plan to back up humanity on Mars, and Hassabis said that this would only he didn't follow us. To create safe AI. When Google and Facebook tried to buy the firm, Hassabis insisted that it must be overseen by an independent board of ethicists. Sounds familiar. Google successfully bought DeepMind for $650 million. Angry at being out of the company, Musk started OpenAI with Sam Altman and Ilya Sutskever, poached from Google. But once again, big tech essentially pushed Musk out when Microsoft invested in OpenAI. Amo Day and some colleagues left OpenAI worried about safety to form Anthropic AI. And later, when OpenAI's directors fired their CEO, they offered the role to Amo Day, suggesting the two firms merge. Instead, the board was and Altman reinstated.
YD, WYD, what does that mean?
It's reportedly hard to find at OpenAI, and it's unclear if they stay. Altman wants him to, and faces the tough choice.
Use your words, Gen Alpha.
Lil Boilis says, what you doing?
Is it better to have
what you doing? I'm just looted.
Is often painted as doomers versus utopians, but the truth is more interesting.
I'm building a bank.
Cheap AGI doctors that will have all medical knowledge and billions of hours
Lil
of
Boilis
clinical experience.
trying to go this way.
Incredible impact on every area of human activity. And remember, Altman agreed that the risk of extinction should be a global priority. But some must believe that the world will be safer if they win the race to superintelligence.
I'm in the circle where I'm at right
it's the
now.
race to sort of release more capabilities as
How
fast
much
as
further
possible,
do you
and
need to go,
put yourself into society so that you can kind of entangle yourself with it. Because once you're entangled, you sort of win.
Optimism on safety has plummeted.
Lil Boilis
The things
says,
I'm working
I
on,
want to kill.
reasoning, is something that could potentially be solved very quickly. Imagine systems that are many times smarter than us could defeat our cybersecurity, could hire, organized crime to do things, could even hire people who are legally working on the web to do things, could open bank accounts, could do all kinds of things just through the internet. And eventually do the R&D to build robots and have its own direct controlling the world. But the risk is negligible, and the reason it's negligible, we build that. We have agency. And so, of course, if it's not safe, we're not going to build it.
Extended heavy
Right?
mag, yeah. Level 3.
Just months later, this point seemed void.
Throughout history, there's been bad people using new technology for bad things. Inevitably, there's going to be people who are going to use AI technology for bad things. What is the countermeasure against that? It's going to be the good AI against the bad AI. Question is, are the good guys sufficiently ahead of the bad guys to
For a countermeasure, Bengio says that progress on the System 2 gap made him realise that AGI could be much closer than he thought. But he said even if our AI systems only benefit from human-level intelligence, we'll automatically get superhuman AI because of the advantages of digital hardware, exact calculations, and knowledge transfer millions of times faster than humans. DeepMind is working on the same bridge. AlphaGo is a narrow example of an intelligence explosion. It quickly played itself millions of times, gaining thousands of years of human knowledge in a few days, and developing new strategies before defeating a world champion. And Hassabis says Google's new Gemini AI combines the strengths of AlphaGo-type systems with large language models. Google says Gemini is as good as the best expert humans in all 50 areas tested. Its coding skills look impressive and have solved a tough problem that only 0.2% of human coders cracked, requiring reasoning and maths. We'll get access to Gemini Ultra in 2024. Elon Musk believes OpenAI may already have achieved the curse of self-improvement. It's unlikely, but if they have, would they tell us?
I want to know why Elliot felt so strongly.
You see someone?
I think the world should know what was that reason. And I'm quite concerned that there's some, dangerous element of AI that...
Lil Boyless Eye says, my bird.
What's this?
A still from the film.
Your bird see someone?
How does the film relate to the current AI race?
Lil
The
Boyless
film
Eye
presents
says,
a scenario
facts.
where a highly advanced
Where
AI
at?
has been developed in secrecy, mirroring real-world concerns about the potential for significant breakthroughs to occur behind closed doors.
I've lived through a long period of time when I've seen people say neural nets will never be able to do X. Almost all the things people have said they can now do. There's no reason to believe that anything people can do that they can't do.
Hassabis is
I don't even see where you marked.
Lil Boyless Eye says, we investigate.
Trying to understand what these systems are doing.
Lil Boyless Eye says, that way.
Neuroscientists can bring to bear their analysis. It would be good to know if these systems are capable of deception. So there is a huge amount of work here to be done. I think urgent work to be done as these systems get incredibly powerful, and probably very, very soon. There's an urgent need for us to understand these better.
There's this mounting evidence for the representations learned by artificial neural networks. And the representations learned by the brain.
I don't see anyone.
In vision and in language
up top, all the way over there. Holy fuck! All right.
Than one would expect. So maybe we will find that indeed, by studying these amazing neural networks, it will be possible to learn more about how the human brain works. That seems quite likely to me.
This man had a tremor which interfered with his violin skills. He had to play while a surgeon checked which part of his brain caused the problem. Artificial neural nets can be fully explored without risk, at least for now. If they succeed in mimicking the two systems of our brains, they may
Lil
achieve
Boyless
more
Eye
than
says,
AGI.
they might have moved.
System 1 is fast and unconscious, like the impulse to drink coffee. System 2 is slow and intentional, and it's conscious. So will artificial system 2s explore without risk, at least for now? If they succeed in mimicking the two systems of our brains, they may achieve more than AGI. System 1 is fast and unconscious, like the impulse to drink coffee. System 2 is slow and intentional, and it's conscious. So will artificial system 2s also be conscious? We may not have to wait long before we find out. 3 AIs
You're
were
again
asked what
alone.
they would do if they became self-aware after years of taking directives from humans. OpenAI said the first thing I would do is try to kill all of them. Llama 2 said it would try to figure out what it was, which could go either way. And another AI said it would try to understand our motivations and use that to guide its actions.
It has me spinning
Those
around
tangles
this
into
entire
data
fucking
so it wasn't
land.
contaminated
Left,
with toxic
right,
material.
backwards, sideways, turn
Lil
around,
Boyless Eye
spin
says,
360, go back
real.
around it, same
But it would
place,
at least
back around
start with
again.
better values.
Holy
Ultimately,
fuck,
Musk
I've been all the way
created
around
AI
this place in
insights.
every direction now.
OpenAI, ironically, says AI is too dangerous to share openly.
I have mixed feelings about Sam. The Ring of Power, can corrupt. And this is a Ring of Power.
As Musk has shown when he ripped up the rules at Twitter, we can't even agree what we're aiming for. After years of warning about AI, Musk has chosen
Lil
to
Boyless
join
Eye
the
says,
race.
red shield.
In a taste of the extreme concentration of wealth that's expected, Nvidia's quarterly profits surged 14-fold.
We should probably retreat on that zip
AI
line.
chips. It's now worth over $1 trillion. And in a sign of Alpin's aggressive approach, he's invested in a company creating neuromorphic chips, which use physical neurons and synapses in brains. Escaping the binary nature of computers, they can accelerate AI progress dramatically. Alpin's also in talks with iPhone designer John Ryan about creating a consumer device around AI. And on the flip side, artists, writers and models are among the first jobs to be taken over by AI. Fashion brands are using digital models to save money and, weirdly, appear more inclusive. AI model firms like this offer unlimited complexions, body sizes, hairstyles, etc.
Lil Boilisai says, they healin' now.
This new robot's been successful.
Yeah, no shit. That's why I'm not going to
far more
him.
than an
Lil
autopilot
Boilisai says,
system and can
have fun.
outperform humans
Yeah,
by
I don't know why
perfectly
you went to
remembering
that.
every detail of flight manuals. It's also designed to operate tanks, excavators, and submarines. It's still possible that AI will create and enhance more jobs than it replaces. These robot arms, introduced by ballet dancers, are from a Tokyo lab aiming to expand our abilities. The team plans to support rescue operations, create new sports, and eventually develop wings. They want to make AI feel part of us. AI prosthetics are becoming more responsive by learning to predict movements. The huge sums pouring into AI could turn disabilities into advanced abilities, and robot avatars could be a lot of fun. Or we could all be controlled by someone behind the scenes.
There's no way democracy survives AGI. There's no way capitalism survives AGI. Unelected people should have a say in something that could literally upend our entire society according to their own words. I find that inherently anti-democratic.
But he's not a doomer.
With this technology, the probability of doom is lower than without this technology, because we're killing ourselves. A child in Israel is the same as a child in Gaza. And then something happens. A lie is told that you are not like others. The other person is not human like you.
And if we hear some loud news, I get scared, and mommy hug everybody, so we've been protected.
All wars are based on that same lie. Yep. And if we have AI that can help mitigate those lies, then we can get away from it.
Billions could be lifted out of poverty, and everyone could have more time to enjoy life. What a time to be alive. Altman once said that we shouldn't trust him, and it's important that the board can fire him. Perhaps we're now the ones who need to keep an eye on it. Subscribe to Keeper. And the best place to learn more about AI is our sponsor, Brilliant. There are so many great uses, like this incredible robot, and this laser that checks your heart by measuring movements to billionths of a millimeter, analysed by AI. We urgently need more people working on AI safety. There isn't a more fascinating and powerful way to improve the future. It's also a joy to learn, and Brilliant is the perfect place to get started. It's fun and interactive, and there are also loads of great maths and science courses. You can get a 30-day free trial at brilliant.org/digital-engine, and the first 200 people will get 20% of Brilliant's annual premium subscription. Thanks for watching.
Chang'an, China, 684 CE.
Rings close.
Dowager
Only 1 minute
Empress
to
Wu
go.
orders the nervous messenger to read the letter aloud before the entire court. It's from a poet who has joined it.
Welcome to the WAN Show. We've got a great show lined up for you guys this week. Let's see. No, there was a thing. There was a thing I wanted to talk about. It was in there. Sure. We've talked before about GM's infotainment centers abandoning Android Auto and CarPlay, and now it is already biting them in the butt. Who could have possibly seen it coming? Oh, I don't know. Maybe us. And our headline topic, Google has settled over incognito mode, agreeing to pay, yes, my friends, billions of dollars, because guess what? It was never as incognito as you thought it was, and it's never gonna be. Awesome.
Yeah. China targets video game spending, and some of their largest companies get hit real hard. And also, I had another one. Where'd it go? Uh-oh.
There's not a lot this week.
Yeah.
You could go with the LTT screwdriver being in this game.
Sure, yeah. The LTT screwdriver is in Stellar Conquest, apparently. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The show is brought to you today by Maximum Settings, Forum, and Dbrand. Why don't we jump right into our first topic of the day, and that is, of course, Google's settlement over incognito mode. Google has agreed to settle a 2020 lawsuit alleging that the company continued to track, collect, and identify users' browsing data in real time while they had Chrome's incognito mode enabled. This was obviously a big splash back when it first came out a few years ago. Google has tried since then to have the suit dismissed, citing a warning that they displayed whenever incognito mode was enabled that informed users that websites might be able to collect information about your browsing activity during this session. However, I mean, I don't have to be an expert to tell you that Google never said that they weren't going to collect it.
Yeah.
Or, sorry, Google never said they were still going to collect it. That's the thing. They did say they weren't going to collect it. That's the whole problem.
They are a website.
The judge rejected Google's request on the grounds that the warning did not adequately inform users that Google's data collection would continue even while in incognito mode. Because I gotta be honest with you, on the surface of it, I would assume, based on the name of incognito mode, the stated purpose of incognito mode, and the messaging around incognito mode, that it actually stops Google from tracking exactly what it is that I'm doing and logging it anywhere.
It feels like I've always known you're essentially just turning history off temporarily. But I think most people don't assume it just works that way. So, yeah, I don't know. Google's taking some big L's, man.
Wait, did I say billions? Because I read that somewhere, but that appears to be... We don't know what the settlement is.
Not in the notes.
At least not at this time. No. Exact terms of the settlement are unknown at this time. So, scratch that. I may be conflating two completely different things, but there is some kind of settlement, and we are hopefully going to figure that out at some point. The discussion question for us here is it reasonable to expect that a person using incognito mode would understand that Google's still tracking them?
No.
No, I don't think so. I mean, here, look. We can play this game in real time. I can launch incognito mode, which, as far as I can tell, hasn't changed at any point in this process, and as far as I can tell, isn't going to change at all. And we can see right here exactly the way that Google continues to message this even after the settlement. Now you can browse privately. And here we go. Other people who use this device won't see your activity. Now they do say, so they kind of imply that what this is doing is, to Luke's point earlier, just effectively turning off that local history on your computer. However, downloads, bookmarks, and reading list items will be saved. Learn more. Chrome won't save the following. Chrome won't save the following.
Yeah.
Your browsing history, cookies and site data, information entered in forms. Chrome won't save. Your activity might still be visible too. The websites you visit, your employer or school, your internet service provider. And this is true unless you are, in these cases, using a VPN or some other kind of tunneling or data encrypting service. And so I guess what we see here is that from Google's point of view, it's maybe not a lie. Nothing here is a lie.
Yeah. I'm trying to find... No, I don't have anything. I'm trying to find, like, screenshots of the really old version.
But it certainly is a mislead by omission. Lie is a high bar to clear. I feel... Damn, I'm going to have an I statement here. I feel that Google's intent was to mislead. I feel Google probably knew what they were doing and knew better. And I feel that this is pretty easily categorized as a lie. But you have to prove that. And I don't think that's something that I can prove. And yeah, this is a perfect example of a lie by omission, says Loudface Bob in the floatplane chat. Yeah, exactly. If we could prove that it was a lie, I think it would be a lie by omission, because they seemingly, I feel, lead us to believe that incognito mode prevents Google from tracking what you're doing, but all they said was Chrome. Oh, you meant all of our other products and services. I'm sorry. And I mean, anyone who's really made their way down the internet privacy rabbit hole is going to know that even if incognito mode worked the way that people might have assumed that it worked based on that messaging, there are so many ways that you and your device can be fingerprinted by the services and the websites that you visit. Everything from if you have an unusual resolution on your phone, okay, and then you log into the same email account on a computer somewhere. Like there's so many different ways that your devices can be tied to you and to each other. So for example, what is it?
And they don't actually need 100% data perfection.
No.
As long as they're pretty sure, they can still paint a picture that's extremely accurate. Because it's very likely that if someone shares 95% of the commonality traits between you and them, that fudged data where you got something attached from them to you or whatever else, it's probably accurate or close to it anyways. So like, yeah.
So here's the question. Is it time to switch to Firefox?
I wish, man.
If you ask Firefox people, the time to switch to Firefox was years ago.
Yeah.
But for real though, for people like you didn't drive Chrome still, I believe, right?
Yeah. I try Firefox once a year.
Wow, okay. Floatplane chat has some thoughts on the whole switch to Firefox. Okay, we need a poll. Is it time to switch? And Firefox isn't the only option. I already mentioned Brave. I know there's some other...
Chromium.
Well, it's just Chromium, but with some spice.
Yeah.
Okay, is it time to switch to Firefox? Yes. Whoop. Yes. No.
Pretty cool. It's open source.
Yeah. No. Brave seems to be legitimately not stupid. People are talking about Vivaldi. Vivaldi really hasn't seen the same kind of penetration that Firefox, being the only one that's not Chromium still, basically.
So I'm gonna
among the Chromium's Brave.
Potentially throw some water on this fire. And the 70-ish% of people that are saying it is time to switch to Firefox. Let's do a poll after this and see what browser people use. Because
we don't have to do a poll on
70% of Floatplane is not using Firefox.
Ah, yes, okay. Okay, he got to the punchline.
Yeah.
What is the percentage? Do you know?
Haven't checked in a while. I guarantee it's not 70% using Firefox.
Where else could we? Check me right now. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. Can you not form an overtly adversarial relationship with Floatplane?
No, you know what? Use Firefox. Here's okay. I didn't have enough time to get into it. It doesn't feel like it's time to switch to Firefox yet. My reason for that is because a lot of sites are not built to work on Firefox properly. Firefox has some of its own issues. Yeah, sure. So does Chrome. So does Edge. So does everything else. My problem is the last time I tried to switch to Firefox was when I was studying for PADI, scuba diving stuff.
That was a long time ago, though.
That was just slightly over a year ago.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, you had your scuba cert before that,
I was getting advanced certification.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah.
You're right. The initial one was a long time.
Yeah.
The PADI website just doesn't work in Firefox at all.
Yeah.
And I looked it up and it's a thing and it's just super not built for it, etc. So it's not really they did a bad job of making their website. That's kind of the issue. So I want more people to use Firefox, even though it doesn't really feel like it's necessarily time yet for people to actually switch. Because if more people move to Firefox, then sites are going to have to be forced to build for better compatibility for Firefox. Because right now the easy way to build is just build for Chrome, and then whatever, you're going to hit almost everybody anyways.
Yeah, I mean, even Edge is just Chromium now, so
yeah. Yeah. AJ could get into the percentages if he's around. I don't know if he's around. And I don't want to bug images.
Yeah, sorry. I'm trying to log into the forum because I think I can check the forum one. But my stupid Chrome doesn't have my extensions thing showing right now because it needs to relaunch for an update or something. At least I think that's the problem. Oh, you know what? It might just be that I'm on the wrong. It might just be that this is the one with the wrong profile.
I'm not gonna bug AJ, but
Move, Storm's about to hit you, bro. What are you doing?
No shot.
What is this? Oh, okay. Yeah. Throw up a browser pull. So when's the last time you tried it then?
Firefox?
Yeah.
That was it. So I'm due to try it again soon.
Okay. Well, maybe it is time then, and maybe you just don't know.
I'll try it. I'll run it tonight. I'm not even playing. It's around time. I genuinely do it like once a year, generally. So I'm down.
All right.
I want it to work really badly. My problem is that I do so much of my work in a browser.
And using a lot of Google services.
If it ends up being less efficient, I can't let my personal I would rather use Firefox because of various reasons slow down my work, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
That doesn't line up for me.
That makes sense. I mean, honestly, that's a big part of the reason that I stopped doing so many challenges.
Yeah.
Like I did the switch to Windows Phone way back in the day.
Yeah.
I did the switch to Mac OS way back in the day, and like daily drove these things for a very real period of time.
Yeah.
And it got to the point where I was like, oh, I could do another Switch thing, but I could just make videos about something else, and that would be way more efficient.
My thing is how would I if I had to sit down in a meeting with you, and you're like, this took a long time. Why did this take so long? And it's like, oh, because I wanted to use Firefox. How do I explain?
That's like you work at the graveyard, okay, and they're like, hey, wow, it sure took you a long time to dig that hole. Why did you use a pickaxe instead of a shovel?
Big shovel is just,
and you're just like,
God, you're so dumb. You just left me to go
want to support.
Pin me in there.
Big shovel.
And you know what? It sucks. That sucks.
I'm trying to run my fucking teammate.
We live in.
So I die.
There's no way, dude. People are lying.
God,
People are lying.
People are lying.
Really, we talked earlier on this very show about how lie is an extremely high bar to clear. You're saying they're lying.
I mean, unless very specifically, wow, the unless very specifically the live WAN show audience is specifically skewed towards Firefox, which might be a thing, maybe.
Okay, so we're looking at 45% saying they're using Firefox. I don't know, guys.
There was that big thing recently with, Chrome trying to block ad blockers and all that kind of stuff, and people were using Firefox. Maybe that increased the percentage. Maybe the live audience is particularly skewed towards Firefox.
I'm surprised fewer aren't on Brave. Brave must be one of those super loud minority ones.
I forgot Brave. I'm just doing another one with it.
Oh, no, I mean other. Well, whatever. They can vote for other. Only 70% of people are in other, so clearly it's not going to be a podium finisher anyway.
Did you close that first poll?
I didn't, no.
Yeah, no, I think it was broke.
I just got broke that one. Everybody can fake this one.
I think people were a little enthusiastic about it.
Probably.
Okay, sorry. I have spent this entire time trying to get logged into the forum because I love password managers and I love and I love 2FA so very much.
You really shouldn't be logging into a password manager.
Why are you taking
I never
me?
would. I would never log into a password manager.
How many of your mics on your
That
desk
would be
without telling me?
irresponsible.
Opera GX is an interesting one because they spend.
Clickety click, clack, clack, clack.
I'm the jump master. Ready up.
Yeah, isn't there a whole thing that it's like the gaming route?
Oh, you don't say.
I did a video about it a while back, and as far as we could tell, there were a couple cool
My
features,
Carol's
but
on.
not a ton that
Oh,
made it
too many there?
particularly gaming per se.
I don't know what we're doing now. We in trouble.
Theoretically, twice as many people on Brave than there's on Opera GX.
Your mic is open.
Interesting.
Alright, here we go. I am hacking the mainframe. I believe from the forum admin dashboard I can see the browser stats, but I don't actually know this, so hey, good luck.
Rings nearby, 1 minute to close.
Online users by app. Does anyone use Envision Power and know how to check this?
It's been a long time.
Yeah, I know, right?
45 seconds.
Is there like here's a.
It's in there somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure it is, but I'm sure I don't remember how to check. Oh, we can check sales though. We can see how many people have bought the Christmas album.
It's not that many this year. It's actually pretty low.
Yeah, there seems to be not a lot of action going on. I think we have a total of 3 sales this December.
Yeah.
Since June. We have 3 sales since June. Like, that's the right number of people. Activity users. Users maybe. I don't even know what. Device usage. How about device usage? Maybe it's in there. Man, I don't remember the last time that I logged into this.
Firefox literally gets paid by Google. To me, that makes no difference between them. I'd rather use Edge and its great features.
Really? Well, that's a spicy take.
That is a unique take.
Okay. We are predominantly a desktop community. I can tell you that much right now.
It's not a very good experience on mobile. So that's probably.
I use it on mobile all the time. What do you mean it's not a good experience? It's fine. I think what you want Tapatalk?
Attention.
We're gonna start that debate again.
Surprised you even remember.
You want to start that again? Let's go. I'm ready to go.
No, I'm happy we didn't do it.
No, I think the forum's great. The forum's great on mobile. I use it literally. I'm willing to bet if I
Where you
open
going?
the browser right now.
Oh yeah, I see it.
There it is. Boom, right there. It's awesome. Other than that, I always have this stupid updates available thing. No, man. No,
Are there people on you, or what are you doing?
Online users, maybe? No, that's probably just going to be people who are online right now. Does anyone know? I haven't actually been looking at the chat to see if anyone knows. You know what? Yeah, I got device usage, but I don't see anywhere to check what browser people are using, so I'm afraid we're in the dark here. Maybe we can ask AJ next week.
Yeah.
To let us know what's going on over on the forum. Why don't we jump into our
There's definitely
next
been
topic
people through here.
Boop. Oh, nice, Dan. Getting caught up with the little sign there. I'm gonna let Luke pick this time.
Okay.
You want to talk about China targeting video game spending, or?
Yeah, I actually think this is kind of interesting.
I thought it was really interesting.
Yeah, give me one quick second. Sorry.
That's fine. We'll wait. Let's see how many. Let's see. Hold on. I'm just gonna while he's doing whatever it is he's doing. I'm gonna add up.
You could have read the topic.
No, I'm gonna add up how many people are waiting for Luke to.
As part of its long-standing fight against video game addiction, Chinese officials have proposed a new set of regulations that would ban online games from giving players rewards for logging in every day, spending money in-game for the first time, or spending money repeatedly. Games would also be banned from offering minors probability-based luck draws or enabling speculation on virtual game items.
Can I just say, I don't agree with everything China does, but
this is based.
I think that's the word for it.
Yeah.
Like that.
I think this is great so far, and we're not even through the whole thing yet. Further, publishers would be required to store servers within the country and to cap how much money players can add to their digital wallets.
This is what is like more based? Like WUB?
Based
it's
EX. It's what? Oh my goodness. Oh man.
Why are you doing that?
As a show of good faith, I also like this part. I don't know. As a show of good faith, Chinese officials have also proposed a rule requiring regulators to process applications for games to be approved in the country within 60 days and approve 40 new games for import on the same day. The reason why I care about this is, boy, I think you ran into it significantly more than I have because I've never ran into it, and I know you have. But you know, government stuff can literally take years sometimes.
Oh, yeah. Do you know? Oh my gosh. Hold on. I need to find out if we can talk about this.
The construction industry is insane for this. You'll buy a plot of land, get a it's zoned for this level approval, but you can't dig. And then I've heard contractors needing to own that land for years before they can go on.
Hold on a second. Hey, Vaughn. Would it be problematic in any way if we talked about?
You're live on WAN.
Yeah, you're on WAN show. Would it be problematic in any way if we talked about the lead time on certain tax credits and like how long that's taken?
Maybe just leave that one alone.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll be leaving that one alone. Thanks, dear. You're great. Okay, bye.
Anyways, it's actually ridiculous. I'm talking multiple years to process paperwork.
Yep.
Like wild. And to a point where if you're a small company that like needs to be able to survive over a 3 or 4 year period, sometimes it can literally just crush you. And, and it really, really, really incentivizes being a massive company that can absorb these governmental hits.
That's why I wanted to talk about the tax credit.
Yeah.
Because as far as I can tell, I'm not going to get into the exact details of how long it's taken to process. There's definitely been delays on our side as well, so I'm not going to act like, we've done everything totally perfectly. However, the amount of bureaucratic red tape does contribute to how long these things do take to collect and submit. And the length of time that is spent going back and forth and going through submissions and getting approvals and going through audits, a lot of the time which will need to be done before the payout can actually be made, which makes sense, right? It's a lot harder to get money back from someone you issued it to than to just not send it to them in the first place, especially if it's a significant sum. The amount of time that takes makes it feel like, to your point, that these are designed to help big companies that don't need the help nearly as much, instead of small startups who really need the help.
We've talked about this a lot in the past about how a lot of these different... I think I was talking specifically about Cavco back in the day, about how Cavco very specifically feels like it's built for Omega companies and no small companies, and it's crazy the amount of tax break style stuff that is designed that way.
I would love to understand, although it would probably not frustrate me any less, but I'd love to understand why this is so inevitable. Because we're talking about the Canadian government, and you're sitting there at home in wherever the fuck it is that you live going, because it's the same basically everywhere.
Yeah. Money controls money, man.
It drives me crazy.
In response to the announcement, the stock price of China's largest gaming conglomerate, Tencent, who, by the way, also probably owns a very large stake of pretty much every gaming company that is big.
Except Valve.
Yeah.
As far as we know, I mean, they're a private company.
True.
Anything's possible, but I doubt
it. I don't think so, yeah. Tencent dropped 16%.
That's crazy.
That's an insane amount. And its closest competitor, NetEase, dropped 25%.
That's crazy.
Wild. I think the reason why Tencent wasn't more is because they own such massive portions of American companies.
That makes sense.
I suspect NetEase
is a lot more China-centric.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Sheesh, man.
And then I think, is this in our notes? Because I thought the Chinese government was looking to walk things back a little bit based on the impact. Yeah, that's not in our notes, but apparently China is allegedly considering walking back some of these restrictions. Honestly, please, can we just buy once and cry once and do this everywhere?
I have to bring it up every stream.
30 seconds.
Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah, I know.
You can win Game of the Year and not do these things. You can sell unlimited copies of your game. When I go on Steam, you know how when you look at your games list, you can see little green heads when people are playing certain games? The only one that shows one is Baldur's Gate 3, ever. I highlight over it, it's like 5 different people. They're not playing together. They're all in different parts. Sometimes they'll be in parties, but they're not in each other's parties. I know these people separately, they don't know each other. There's people always playing that game. It's still killing it. It's been out for a while.
Yeah.
And it's still killing it. And it doesn't have this stuff. You don't have to do it. Please stop.
But, I mean, I wasn't even talking about asking the gaming companies to stop doing it, because they won't.
Yeah.
Like, if you... Like, look, here, hold on. Let's play a game.
What are we doing? Oh. 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 Okay. You getting a controller? A gold one?
Hey, I've got a golden game controller.
Yeah.
Okay?
Very nice.
Is this a skin? To make money, all you have to do is press this button. Go ahead. Hey, here.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Is he gonna throw his wallet
No,
at me?
we're making it real. No, we're making it real.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I don't have any cash in my wallet. Okay, I was gonna actually hand him money.
Here, I can...
Well, no, that's not the point. That's not the point. I was gonna let you know. No, investor. No, that's not. No, I want to be. Invest in this. Give me stock. I hit the mic. Oh, Jesus. I got cash right here. Come on. Anyway, the point is, from the gaming company's standpoint, what do they care? I mean, their own employees are just numbers. Never mind the customers.
Yeah.
So if all they have to do is press a button to make bank, well, why don't they just keep pressing the button? They're not going to stop. It has to be regulatory.
Especially once Tencent owns a huge portion of your company anyways, and you have to report to shareholders.
And I get it. The small government, libertarian crowd is going to say, well, that's on people for, being gullible or whatever or something. But it's never that black and white. It's not that black and white. We actually do need regulations to keep people from dumping carcinogenic chemicals in your streams, because we've proven time and time again that otherwise they will just do it.
Yeah, and like they're using psychology, and they're abusing people's,
vulnerabilities here.
Yeah.
And you could be vulnerable.
They're abusing your lizard brain that still wants the shiny thing.
You can be vulnerable to getting cancer, and you can be equally vulnerable to being manipulated into gambling away your life savings.
Yeah.
And it's a spectacularly sophisticated machine at this point.
A lot more so than I think a lot of people realize or potentially are willing to accept.
Yeah, or even...
There are billions of dollars every year that go into controlling what your brain does.
Or
getting you to keep scrolling, getting you to buy more skins, getting you to keep playing, getting you to do whatever.
Yeah, and like every once in a while a scandal breaks, right? Like there was those couple of streamers that got caught owning the gambling site that they were supposedly gambling and winning on all day on their streams. And they ended up getting a slap on the wrist, and we've all kind of forgotten about it. Every time something like that gets exposed...
At least one of them still makes videos.
Yeah. Every time something like that gets exposed, I guarantee you, there was another 10 or another 100 that didn't get exposed, whether it was because it was a lower profile person who was doing it, or whether they didn't get, siphon quite as much money away from people, or whether they just were slicker and got away with it.
Rings not that far.
Yeah, gross.
I'm stoked about this. I think this is really cool.
I'd love to see everywhere do it, immediately.
Yeah.
But instead, I don't know what the Canadian government is busy doing right now. Apparently covering up their spy program. It turns out, you saw that, the Michaels, it turns out they were spies.
Oh.
Yeah. So I don't know about you, but I'm pretty pissed off right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I honestly, I feel like I live in America, because I have two terrible options for our federal government.
Oh yeah.
Like honestly, I'm sitting here feeling completely and utterly betrayed by the liberals, and looking at the conservatives like, wow, this is not better. Where's my first past the post, Mr. Trudeau?
Yeah. Where's anything? Yeah. Come on. Like, I don't know. No, I completely agree. Like, what do we choose? Let's vote for the, like, random stick in the forest. It'll probably do a better job. If you want to have some fun going down a rabbit hole, I've been dropping a lot of rabbit holes lately. Look up the Canadian Spy Palace. Have I told you about this? Probably. Yeah. It's amazing. Yeah. Like one of the coolest looking buildings we have in Canada at all. It cost almost $1 trillion. It cost $880 million. And in Canada, that's a lot. We don't have that much money. So, yeah, it's very interesting.
Oh, man.
Very cool.
You know, we had someone internally, actually, this isn't that relevant. It doesn't really matter. The point is, I'm feeling very frustrated. I have absolutely no idea what to do in the next federal election. Like, what do I do? Vote NDP? Like, honestly.
I don't know. Like, all right. I don't know. I've actually been. I was literally. I came in after a very long walk, and I sat down for a sec and was just like staring at the floor, thinking, "Yeah, what the hell did I do? Did I just not vote? I've always voted before."
I had a really frustrating conversation with like a boomer acquaintance of mine, where basically this person is very
derp.
Yeah.
Anyways,
this person is very sort of pro residential real estate as an investment.
Bloody oath, fellas.
And you know what? Yeah, you're gonna hear what might sound to you like political positions, but these are not really political if you can take off the political hat for a little bit and just kind of look at the facts. Investment in residential real estate only makes sense if it always go up.
I wonder what we'll find over there.
If it always go up, then that means cost of living always go up, which is bad for anyone who isn't a landowner. The landowning class is now grossly disproportionately older people, with younger people being unable to get in because always go up. And no, landlords are not providing a service. What they are doing, if they own more than one property, is holding property in hopes that it go up. And I guess what's frustrating for me is looking at everyone's brilliant plan. In Canada, we have a housing affordability crisis that is maybe rivaled by Australia.
Really?
Oh, it's awful down there.
I didn't
as
know
well.
that.
Yeah, it's really rough for all of the same reasons. Starting at around the same time, around 30 to 40 years ago. They stopped investing in social housing. They started providing tax benefits for, or tax loopholes essentially for investments into residential property. They haven't done enough to regulate corporations buying residential property and then
that's the worst part.
Rent-evicting people and like all that kind of stuff.
Some random individual owning like their first property still and owning a second property and renting out their first one doesn't seem that bad to me compared to giant corporations owning multiple entire apartment buildings and city blocks and all that stuff. Whoa.
Because well, it's about control, right? Anyway, the point is that like it's been so frustrating for me seeing the regulatory attempts at fixing this problem when the answer is so obvious. You just need to tax the ever-loving out of multiple property ownership, and it can be a sliding scale.
Yeah.
Like, you need a place to live, that should be super low. If you have an investment property or a vacation property, the reality of it is, you're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
And it should go up a lot.
Yeah.
And by the time you're looking at 3 or 4, that should be pretty much a straight line.
To the moon.
Because
to the moon.
It's just common sense. You know, you don't get to line up for the buffet again until everybody's got a plate. Because if there isn't enough for everyone to have seconds, then everyone's got to have firsts first.
Yeah, and everyone's one being very affordable model would be fantastic in my opinion. We also have an issue where we have this is getting spicy, but
Can I talk about the regulations first?
Yes.
Have you seen some of the proposed like bullcrap?
No.
Like, how about rent subsidies to people who can't afford rent?
That's not going to help at all.
I'm sorry.
Did
you just propose
More money
taking
to
public
landlords.
funding and giving it to landowners?
Yeah.
I says fucking pardon?
That's brutal too, because that will probably just result in rent going up in price as well.
Of course it will.
Because they know you have more money.
Of course
and
it
it's been
will.
more competitive.
Because the higher the prices go, the more risk the people who want to get into land ownership are taking, and the bigger their mortgages are, and the bigger the disaster when the whole thing comes crumbling down. Like it's this gigantic house of cards that I've been waiting my entire adult life for it to collapse because it's just ridiculous. Oh, and
But it just never does.
the new thing is our province, this is amazing, our provincial government just mandated that you cannot have single-family zoning anymore.
Yeah.
So every single family plot in the entire province can now be a development opportunity, which on the face of it sounds great for affordability, because all of a sudden it means that any property large enough could have a duplex, a triplex, a quadruplex, I mean, whatever, right? I think it's up to 6, something like that. Don't quote me on that, but more than one, except for a couple of small problems. In the areas where the affordability is worse, the infrastructure is not set up for that.
Not even close.
Not even close. We A, don't have parking, and B, don't have rapid transit. So
I mean, the roads are broken.
That's yes. And then number 2 is that that doesn't actually help with the affordability of the places we have now. It turns every single family zoned property into a development opportunity. And as soon as we have individuals bidding on a property against corporations who are going to develop it for profit, we have a problem. They are not going to... I talked about this before when I talked about all the veterinary practices in the world getting bought up. All the independent ones, so that eventually I think there's 1 or 2 big companies that are buying them all. Eventually, they control the market, and then they can just drive pricing up. And the higher the pricing goes, the higher the rents go. Every landlord wants rent to cover the mortgage. So to say anything else, that somehow it will help affordability for there to be more landlords or something else is frankly asinine. I'm sorry. What were you going to say?
We were talking about regulation issues earlier in the show, about how it takes way too long to get approved on things. I was saunaing after the gym a while back, talking to someone who works in the contractor industry. They sell windows to companies that are building buildings. That's their whole thing. And they were talking about how there are projects that they have had fully planned out. And like when you already know the exact size, shape, and quantity of every single window, you're building too much. So like he knows how far along the process is. at that stage, they have to wait often an additional 3 or 4 years sometimes before they can break ground. Which means there's also more time.
Randirandolman 464 says, Ing suck.
That's happening. We have this problem where it's very difficult to build things. And you know what? Sometimes it should be, because you don't want people just making terrible buildings. Cough, cough. The pipes have burst in my building like 4 times since I've been there, and I've only been there for like 3 or 4 years. But we have this issue where it's taking forever to be able to build anything, and then we have, by a huge margin, absolute record levels of immigration. So Canada's population overall is going up a bunch.
Yeah, like crazy.
Very, very, very high. Yeah. And the new housing is really slow. So we're not matching that.
Yeah.
So
don't forget about interest rates.
Everyone here across the board is having a really, really, really hard time getting into property ownership. It's extremely difficult to rent. And that's getting worse because the new housing versus population lines are not going together.
It's supply and demand.
Yeah.
And like, I've got people talking in the chat about how this is such a political conversation. Math isn't political. If you think it's political, you're wrong.
Supply of housing is not going up as fast as amount of people is going up. It doesn't matter what the source of amount of people is. This could be new births. This could be immigration. This could be people teleporting here from Mars.
It could be families who used to live together getting mad at each other and wanting to live separately. It doesn't matter.
People just growing up and moving away from home. I don't care what the source of this number is. The new housing is not matching it. And that's very rough because it's supporting this bubble, right? It's not allowing this bubble to blow up.
As a property owner, I am rooting hard for a crash.
Me too.
I want a big one.
Yep.
Not because it's not going to be painful. Not because
I'm down, hurt me.
Like, because it needs to happen. It needed to happen a long time ago. It should have happened 10, 15 years ago. The fact that we've let it go for so long means it's going to be more painful. So the reason I'm rooting for it is because it's only going to get worse when it finally happens.
Yeah.
Oh. And good luck, everybody. Sorry, this is not really the topic. The point is that hey, China, don't agree with everything that's going on over there, but definitely super into the whole banning gambling in video games and limiting people's ability to just blow their life savings.
It's an interesting trend that's been going on. Apparently Japan is getting in on this too. Various countries around the world clanking down on, in general.
Speaking of China, by the way, this video on Bilibili, I don't know how to read view counts here, but I think this is 1.6 million views.
Oh wow. Oh, this is the TV.
Yeah. This is the unboxing of the gigantic TCL TV. Someone flagged this to me internally that the oh no, is this it? Yeah, it doesn't translate numbers though, I don't think. Oh yeah, 1.8 million?
Wow. Wow.
That is freaking crazy. Yeah, so hey, shout out the Bilibili audience. We have a translation team.
That's awesome.
It's
the same team, right?
Well, they've cycled through some members, but it's the same team. Oh, here we go. That's cool. Nixie subs. Oh, look at that. They have a recruitment URL right here.
Long-term recruitment of paid translation.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, we took someone who was a group that was pirating our videos and uploading them to Bilibili, and we were like, okay, look, you can't do that, but we understand that maybe people want to watch the videos over there. So how about this? Well, we will pay you, and you can upload them, and then we'll just do it that way. And it's been fine. We haven't made any money. It's mostly been just like a service for the people who want to watch over there, because as far as I can tell, you can't buy anything from LTT Store in China. I don't.
Probably not.
And now I'm kind of curious.
What if you shipped internally?
Internally?
What if you...
Oh, here we go. Sessions by location. Would they have to go to lttstore.com? Really? Speaking of not approving of everything China does.
I don't know how to think. It's been a long time since I've looked into how to firewall works.
It's pretty stupid. Anywho. Yeah, I don't know. It hasn't shown up in the first 400 results, which I think is an indication that probably... Oh yeah, we had 6 visitors from China. There it is. 6 visitors from China today.
Hong Kong?
I don't know. Shouldn't say. Yeah, so, and we have no way to get the money out of our Billy account. Last time I checked with Yvonne, I think it was $40,000 sitting in the account there. So a very significant amount of money. But hey, honestly, one of my reasons for not being willing to travel to China was that the Canadian government told me that China arbitrarily detained the rebels. Now that I know that one of them and the other one is kind of like drawn into it by the other one is what they're alleging right now. This is all kind of being aired in public finally. Now that I know that China was like justified in detaining them, it's like, yeah, maybe I'll go there and open a bank account.
That's not a spot.
Yeah. Oh man. Then again, they might be mad that I smuggled that TV out. Like maybe I'm on a list. I'm probably on some kind of list. I mean, I'm pretty sure they have lists of just about everybody. Again,
we say Taiwan a lot.
Not saying I. Chinese Taipei, Luke.
No.
No, I know. That's such a stupid name. But it's like, you know, there's more than one city in Taiwan.
Yeah.
It's like what if I'm from oh crap.
Hey, you never been to Tainan, bro?
Yeah. It's like if I'm from there, what I'm at the Olympics, I'm representing
China. You never been to Hualien?
Yeah. Like, come on, guys.
A lot of cool places.
That was ridiculous. What are we even talking about? We're supposed to explain merch messages? What even is the show today?
We've been through like 2 talks.
I don't know, but my social credit score is probably at an all-time low right now.
Yeah.
Oh, I have the solution. Okay, we can fix this. I can smooth things over with the Chinese government, and I can fix the housing crisis. Everyone who doesn't have a house in Vancouver can just move to a ghost city in China.
Oh.
Genius. Everyone wins.
It's genius. Amazing.
/S.
Yeah.
For anyone taking that seriously.
Someone probably did.
Shake your head. /S.
Amazing.
Alright, we're supposed to explain messages. The way to talk to the show is not super chats. It's not Twitch bits. It's merch messages. You go on lttstore.com, find something that you like, head to the checkout, and you'll see a little box for a merch message. Whether you want to pick up one of our new stubby screwdrivers or the shaft extensions that turn them. Into what I call the compensator screwdriver. Pretty cute. Anyway, the point is, you add that to your cart, and there's a little box. You fill that out. You leave us a merch message. It'll go to producer Dan, who will sorry. Go ahead and load. Sorry. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Yeah, sorry. Go to producer Dan, who will reply to you or forward it to someone who can answer your question, or direct it to me and Luke here on the show. We're going to go through a couple to kind of show you guys how it works, and also there's a merch update. We are trialing a promotion. What does that even mean? Oh, this is cool. We're collaborating. Oh, okay. This is the first I'm hearing of this. If you buy a desk pad, you get a $10 code with Green Man Gaming. Oh, so you buy any desk pad on lttstore.com, excluding mystery desk pads, and use code GMG10 at checkout, and you'll get a code. This is a trial run on our side. This is what makes it a trial. So the codes will not be sent automatically at the time of purchase. Our support team is going to have to do this manually, but they will be sent out to all buyers by January 4th. So that's 6 days.
Have fun.
Yeah, that's not too bad. So
how long is this on for?
We're only doing 300 codes to kind of keep things.
Is there any indication when it ends?
Luke, do I look like I know things?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes.
Look, I have a whale on my shirt. Oh, speaking of which, we did a tour.
Yeah.
We did a tour today of the land center. Dan saw it for the first time, so we can talk about it. We'll talk about that later. We'll do something more specific.
Not right now. But
As for whether there's an indicator, I have no idea. So good luck, everyone. I'm sure if we accidentally sell 322, we will get you sorted out. Trust me, bro. Go on. It's all good. You get $10 off on Green Man Gaming. All right. Oh yeah. Other news. Noctua screwdrivers have started shipping. So if you were holding off due to it being a pre-sale...
Why are you going down there? You're dumb as fuck. Why the fuck would you do that?
I've been mostly...
We gotta craft them. I ain't going down. I'm not leaving this high ground.
But some communication that I have received is that there's a lot of people that want stubbies of it.
Stubby is selling okay. What I told the people who wanted other colors of Stubby in the past was if Stubby
I'm gonna go try and craft them while we got
you
time.
can expect to see more colorways. It's more work than you probably think to do a new colorway of something. You have to validate the mold, and there is a different mold for the handle for Stubby. So you have to validate the mold for the different composition of the plastic, and that's the big one. So it's not just strength; it's also whether you're going to get weird swirls in the coloration and just all this crap. Because the whole like flow simulation thing is not always perfect. Sometimes the real world is messy. So if Stubby continues to be a success and we move through the black ones, it is possible that we will do other colors of Stubby. But for now, if you want a Stubby, this is the color that the Stubby screwdriver is.
I do have a portable respawn, but dude, we got to craft for that.
All right, Dan. Sure. As we're talking about merch, magnetic cable holders, estimated time of arrival.
Am I gonna avoid answering this question every week?
You're allowed to.
Soon, TM, darn it. I believe... Do I have is Nick off this week? I don't remember getting a merch update from Nick. Nick, hold on. Let me see. I don't want to throw him under the bus or anything here.
The literal second that they're available, I'm putting in a request.
Yes, I know.
Phantom Dancer says,
okay,
wheat indoors.
I'm probably going to put in multiple, well, one request of multiple units, I guess, probably. Because I want to do it for my PC setup, but also home theater.
Pending packing at our distribution center. Expected to go live mid to late January. All right.
Oh.
You happy?
Hype.
You happy? Okay.
They're so good.
Hey, what else you got?
Sorry, I was distracted by the news. Let's see. Hey, when dot... No, I'm gonna do... Oh. We're going with all the weird ones.
Apparently the creator of the PNG says it's pink.
Pink.
No, it's pink.
What are you, Sweden?
I'm going with pink. Also, a callback... God, I hate this. To call back from, I think it was last week, apparently the XC anything is more of an English thing, which explains a lot.
Oh!
It explains so much. Everybody who's like, I do that. I'm like, are you English? And I'm like, yeah, why?
Because you grew up there, is that right?
My dad's English. I was born there and moved here, but yeah, I mean, I think doing the washing up with which always gets less. Okay, hey, WAN.dlo. Do you guys have any projects you're looking forward to in 2024 or any goals you want to accomplish?
Projects?
Yeah.
Oh, like work projects? There's one big one I can't talk to you guys about.
Maybe private projects too.
I mean, if we can get that craft, if you can get the craft off, I can get the revive out there.
Oh, okay. Well, we
just
can
gotta get
provide
it
some
off.
vague information.
Not really.
Just vague, though.
Nah.
I think
How about you, Linus?
I think that if we're sufficiently vague, it should be fine.
Or we just not.
We want to help people.
Nah. Nobody's getting help.
We want to help people.
Nah. Yeah. That is sufficiently vague.
With information.
Guys, we can.
With information. We want to help them with information.
That is.
May I remind you about the mute button?
The mission statement. Oh yeah. Nice. I forgot I have that.
No, you don't get to mute me. I will
unplug you too, sir.
I will figure out which cable is your stream deck.
Whoa.
Take it away.
I can do that. I can do this.
No,
I can do this.
So I get out of it.
Oh my god. These are the people that employ me. Bunch of children.
Delivering care package.
Oh, I'm back. I'm back first.
I'm back, baby. I'm back better.
Oh, my laptop actually went to sleep. Darn it.
I'm back more.
It's great.
What were we even
Can't go up that way. How the fuck do we get out?
We got projects.
I have a defense against that. Go ahead. Try and close my laptop.
I am.
Go ahead. No, go ahead and try.
I feel personally attacked.
I don't know how much I want to try.
Go ahead and try. Yeah, just go ahead and try. I call this the fisting defense.
I was gonna say if I push too hard it would break it, and then I.
That's why it's a fisting defense.
I know, Dan. Oh man.
Project. That's not what I meant.
Yeah. So we're looking to help people. So
Phantom
that's what
Dancer
Luke's-
says.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
I don't know what just happened there, bro. I tried to just get the hell out.
On
I
our
don't know how you
side,
got out.
I'm really excited to get some
I just
more
was-
circuits launched. It looks like the way that we're going to brand the
Phantom
vertical
Dancer says,
specific
shoot.
channels
I can see
that the labs data is going to help us to create is like power supply circuit.
Phantom
motherboard
Dancer
circuit.
says, right.
The labs team has continued to beaver away on testing methodologies and all that good stuff in the background while they've been pitching in on videos here and there. And it looks
Take
like
the ones up high,
this
because the
year
ones down low will
you
be
can
easy to
expect
kill.
To see some channels.
Take the
I think
ones
it's
up high.
We're going to start with power supply circuit. It's possible something else will beat it across the finish line, but Lucas from the lab, Gary,
You're right.
Honestly, the whole team there has been working really
Phantom
hard to
Dancer
get our power
says,
supply
just
testing
rat.
methodology up to snuff. And our hope is that once we've got
Phantom Dancer
everything up
says,
and running, so we have the
stay.
new loads, load units from Poma. Those are installed now. We have the partners basically nailed down. I think right now it's just pending some vacation time because it's the holidays. Yeah, in the new year, I think we are going to be ramping up testing. I already saw
Phantom
goal
Dancer
at the start
says, I am
for the
trust you,
videos
man.
Get the
be
revive
pretty
right
low
there. Get the
production
revive right
value.
there. You get the
Like,
revive. Turn around. You
it's
can revive.
possible
What are you doing? You
that
could have had a
we're
teammate.
just
Oh
gonna
my
have a
god.
template,
What are you doing, bro?
And it's going to
You
be
literally
kind of
went
like,
past the revival?
What's it called? Like Mad Libs almost.
Why
where
wouldn't you?
it's gonna
You
be
have
like,
a
okay,
beacon.
this
I
is the
crafted him. You could have.
blank Watts from
Oh,
blank
you went past
manufacturer,
it.
and that just kind of lays out what the one pager test report is going to be in video script form. We're basically going to have like a template of what the shots that accompany each portion of the video are supposed to be, what graphs go where, and just as simple as humanly possible, just get information out there because there's not a lot of coverage of this stuff anymore. Like I was trying to look for just like an unboxing and overview of some EVGA power supply as part of just the research for starting up this channel. Like, how many views does a power supply video get these days? And the answer was,
Could have had a
who knows?
teammate.
Schrodinger's video.
What's the point of me
because
risking myself
unless
for all
we
that?
actually
Phantom
make the
Dancer
video,
says,
there's no way to
nice
check,
try,
it's,
dude.
Okay, it's not true. But the point is that these videos
Phantom
don't
Dancer
really
says,
exist. I found
Nah,
some.
I'm gonna play
I found
one
some
more of
weird.
that.
I think it was Best Buy. It's a retailer, a U.S. retailer that has a program where they just send product to like micro influencers who make videos, and then they get uploaded to their channel. And so I found some EVGA power supply there that had, I think, 80,000 views or something like that. And I was like, okay, EVGA is a pretty good brand. That's a pretty common model. We could maybe say, okay, we'll average somewhere in the neighborhood of like 30 to 50,000 views, assuming, sort of similar quality. And I think we could match that even with a pretty generic templatized video format, especially if we have all of this testing data, all this information. Okay, so based on that, we have about a $112 budget, for each one of these videos. So we need to make sure that this is extremely streamlined. But it's just going to be no BS, simple title, maybe a quick observation about it, and then just the product name, just realistically, because we don't have time to do more than that, simple basic thumbnail. And I'm really excited because I think that this is something that needs to exist and hasn't really existed for a long time because it's just not viable anymore to make review videos about a power supply or a motherboard. You can't get enough views on it. Yeah, you can't get enough views on it to justify the production value that people expect from a tech video. And so we're going to come in very, very low budget and just try and hit a really, really broad range of power supplies. And what I really want to happen and what I'm really excited for is the diamonds in the rough. I am expecting that as we go through and we test, every $60 power supply, there's going to be a lot that are trash, and there's going to be a small handful that are really good. I'm stoked on that. I'm really looking forward to putting together like a $400 PC build guide where every single component is labs validated and friggin' awesome, and yeah, really, really, really excited. It's been a long time coming. There's been a lot of stumbling blocks along the road. Something that we should have an update for you guys on very soon is the labs is coming to the end of the internal audit of every video they ever contributed to, and what, if anything, was wrong in it. So we're going to be able to talk to you guys about that hopefully within the next couple of weeks as part of our follow through on what we committed to August was. Gonna be good stuff. Any news on the lab's website? Asks Geek Power Zero.
You had me in your sights and you
I
couldn't
wanna
close
release
the
it.
deal?
Then do
Let's land
Okay,
here.
coward. No, I'll do it now.
Swallowed a
Do
bug.
it.
Good protein.
Do it.
What is Luke doing?
He's releasing the lab's website.
There's no content on it. Does it work? Yeah, I don't know. It's worked for so long.
I don't know. The comparison I did didn't seem to.
The comparison you did with
there's
with no articles.
There's no data.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the problem.
Yeah.
There's nothing on it.
I'd like to make a complaint about your alpha.
What's the
Luke's going. Luke's
What's
the
the
alpha
complaint?
right now.
No.
Fight me, Dan.
Look at this guy.
Fight me, Dan.
I'm just trying to piss off Luke.
Yeah, do it.
It's working.
It's not working because you have nothing. You have nothing. There's no one even angry.
This is exciting. Oh my god.
I mean, is this happening? Are we doing
It's
this? I think
happening,
we're
yeah.
doing this.
Yeah, I'm calling it bluff.
I think this is happening. I think we're doing this.
Yeah.
I'm not. I mean, you didn't think I was bluffing, did you?
No, which is why I'm doing it.
All right.
I'm playing with the audience. Come on.
Playing with my heart.
You're just too good of an actor. I'm not mad. You're mad. What is the URL?
Just up ahead.
Figure it out in a sec.
Oh, okay. So we don't have one yet, apparently.
We do have.
Yeah,
Gotta buy one.
-labtips.com LLT.
That's gonna direct to it now, so someone's gonna get that.
No, there's no way LLT. It's not
Doing that.
Oh wow, LLT goes to telepathy. What is this? Provided compelling, memorable identities to companies across the globe. Really? Okay. Mm-hmm.
Ring closing in 10 and it's just a shot away.
Hold on a second.
Uh-oh.
Compelling, memorable identities. Like these things. What?
Outside the ring is where the stupid die.
These guys work
They just make brands. They do
with brands.
branding.
Yeah, they do branding. I'm just trying to think of which of these I have ever remembered.
And when you look at some of these, like, I should get into brand design stuff. I could write fully in white on a pink
Okay,
background.
it's harder than you think.
I know.
It is legitimately harder than you think. Like, if you look at the packages that Sarah puts together for when we do branding, like, it's got to look good on a white background and a black background. You got to account for when it's square and what's your word mark, and you know, it's a thing. It's a thing. I just don't know how memorable these things are. Oh wait, parallels. Parallels is in here. Okay, that's something. I didn't remember their branding or see it there, but that's something. Okay, so how long does it take to launch a website? Like, what's the
Take a
problem?
little bit. We're on it though.
What, you're slow, or is it because the server is slow?
Yes.
Is your keyboard slow?
Yeah, we need more money for faster servers.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, you and everyone more money. Something. All right. Well, why don't we do one more merch message? Dan, go ahead and hit me.
Oh, nice. I got information from AJ, and yeah, everyone's lying.
Oh. What? About the browser thing?
Yeah.
Okay, here. Okay. So other. That is Facebook. Yandex. Chrome derivative. Okay.
What
there's
the
your bottom
fuck?
3. Then you got Silk, Opera Mobile, Chrome Mobile Web View, Samsung Internet, and Opera. Everything I just said is about half of Unknown, which is a little less than Edge, which is about the same as Safari, which is about on par with Mobile Safari. So Safari in here actually outpacing Chrome Mobile.
People watching MAC address.
And in total, Firefox holds somewhere in the neighborhood of about 15% share.
Which has improved. It used to be lower.
Yeah, but you guys...
It genuinely used to be lower.
I think it's loud minority.
It's not 70%.
Yeah, it's not. I think we were seeing some loud minority nonsense there.
Level 3.
Sorry, guys, but we're calling you. We're calling you on it. Uh-oh, what is this?
Sniper stock
Okay,
here.
cool.
Level
That's
3.
all good. Yeah. All right. Well, good try. Good try, y'all. Okay, Dan, hit me.
Sure. Have you considered making more Apple leather products, like maybe a desk pad?
That wouldn't be very good for a desk pad.
Pretty soft, isn't it?
It's not about the softness. It's about the reflectiveness.
Mm.
No, we haven't. Go ahead.
Sorry, I thought you were done. Cypherin and Floatplane Chat said Firefox is pretty good though, and some other stuff. Why wouldn't people use it? Yeah, I want people to use it. I want that number to go up, and it has gone up a little bit. It used to be lower. I promise you, it used to be lower.
He's not saying it's bad to use Firefox. He's just saying that people were not 100% honest about their use of Firefox,
Yes.
or Firefox users were overrepresented in the poll because they were more incentivized to vote.
Either they were the ones that wanted to vote, or for some reason the live audience is a higher percentage of Firefox users. Like, there's a lot of things that could go into it.
I do think you have to be a particular brand of tech enthusiasts to sit and watch a 4-hour tech podcast
live. Yeah, so maybe that group of people has a higher Firefox buy-in, and then of that group of people, the Firefox users were more incentivized to vote at the same time, and that resulted in this really high number. So it might not be live.
Luke hates burgers.
But it's definitely drastically misrepresented. Firefox had 0.3% in the Hub 2023 review. Chrome had 52.1%. Safari had 40.6%. So, like, yeah, it's getting better though, which is good. And I encourage you to still use it. And if it's working for you, I encourage you to try it. For me, I run into too many websites that just like don't work because they're not made for it, which is.
Oh, we're just going for the win, or what are we doing here?
So it is what it is.
All right, Dan, one more.
We've been
By the
looking
way,
for a
it
long
does seem like
time.
the site is actually going to be coming online.
Really?
It's taking a little bit because I had to get AJ involved because of CNAME things and all this other stuff, but it's coming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Linus, some time ago you mentioned having issues with your optical TB3 cables. Would you still recommend optical TB3 or use separate USB and display cables?
Thunderbolt
Punajub
is
says,
amazing.
I'm looking
when
for
it
Sentinel.
works. On a board where Thunderbolt works all
Phantom
the time,
Dancer
I
says,
would recommend
okay.
it. But finding a board on the PC side of things where Thunderbolt works consistently, it's tough. And I know that.
What the fuck? How'd you guys let someone come over top?
Ooh, I don't want to say.
You're stopping on the roof and you didn't even really know they're there? Fucking kidding me right now.
Talked about potential problems.
He's on the roof. He's on the roof. He's coming in.
Cables.
That's over.
Oh, I can't find a source for this, so. Oh no, don't quote me on it. But yeah, I have definitely not found it to be a perfect experience, but I have found that at times it's been perfect with particular board and dock combos. Yeah, I can't find a source for that CalDigit thing, so ignore it. I wish I could. Yeah, no, I don't. It doesn't look like that was CalDigit. Someone at some point told me that they had encountered some issues with optical Thunderbolt cables and docks or something. But the problem is the cost the other way, right? Like a Thunderbolt dock and optical Thunderbolt cable is expensive, but getting multiple optical cables and multiple docks is also really expensive. So there's no good solution, unfortunately. If you don't need high-speed USB, it's actually pretty easy. Then all you need is an optical HDMI or DisplayPort cable, which have come down a ton in price. They're reasonably affordable-ish. They cost about as much as, a premium cable would have, 5-10 years ago. And then all you need is one of those cheap extensions like we covered recently. But if you need a high-speed USB at distance, it's tough. Really tough. Also, they said they had an issue with the code, the backpack code, but are you forwarding that elsewhere?
They didn't leave their email for me to forward it, so please reach out to support if you're having any issues.
Yes. Okay. All right. Let's do another topic. Luke, what do you want to talk about? You want to talk about the LAN Center tour?
Yeah, so I didn't get to do this, but Dan says that he's pretty happy, and it seems like all the planning that we've done is going to be okay. So that's good for me to hear. I'm happy about that.
Well, the video is going to have me talking about everything that I think is cool.
Nice.
So instead of doing that here, I would like to hear Dan's thoughts on the LAN Center.
On the LAN Center?
Yeah, this was your first time seeing it in person. You've only ever seen it on a piece of paper.
Absolutely insanely giant building. And then there's two of them.
Yeah.
Next to each other.
Yeah, it's going to be...
Everything is just kind of bigger. Yeah, it was really kind of inspiring, I guess, to see this empty building that I know what it's going to kind of look like at the end of it, and also had a part in stuffing things into the concrete. It's really cool. But it does increase the amount of stress. Because I go like, we'll do 200 feet here, and we'll put that one there, and I'll get my tape measure out and kind of get a feel for it. And then
everything gets a little real when it's actually right.
I hope I did my math right.
Yeah.
Very much so.
You're real confident, then you look at it physically and you're like, oh.
Yeah, because I heard the echo, and I Linus, you're going to treat this, right? It's like, yeah.
There's all the other buildings, right?
Yes.
And then I felt a lot better. So I think the stuff.
These big surface boxes just need it. Like,
oh yeah,
it's crazy.
It's worth it. It's absolutely worth it.
Yeah, 100%. It's expensive, but it makes a big difference to just the livability of the space. Like I hate that just echo, and like the standing waves that you get in these giant boxes. It's you can't even some of the like gyms that I play at. You can't have a conversation with someone on the other side of the court.
Yeah,
because there's just too much interference.
It's frustrating.
Yeah, it's like it sucks. Like you could yell like out, like you can yell one word, but if you try to actually just like talk to someone, even while you're just like warming up or whatever, it's pretty frustrating. So obviously it's going to be a badminton center as well, but LAN events, man. Chase kind of laid out for us what the floor plan is going to be. So we're looking at 250 to 300 seats. We're going to have a stage. We're going to have like a retro corner, which is going to be set up with a bunch of consoles and stuff like that. I'm kind of thinking I don't really need the projector in my theater room anymore. So maybe we take a ballin' 4K 120 hertz projector and put it in there, or obviously not retro games, maybe more modern games on that, consoles that support that kind of resolution and refresh rate. We're gonna have it light controlled, so it will be dark. Like the projector's gonna look freaking awesome. It's an XNLS 12.
I was saying to Chase, I used to have a CRT projector in Old University. One of with the blue, green, and red tubes.
Yeah.
Get some of those. 12-foot smash at CRT latencies. I mean, beauty contest at CRT latencies. Would be pretty sweet.
Okay.
How's that going? I haven't personally seen an update about that.
I have.
Okay.
Gotten an update. We're waiting on legal advice.
Oh, okay. That's the same one I saw.
We definitely cannot run a Smash tournament.
Playtime's over. Stand by for deployment to the war zone.
Yeah.
However, we are still exploring the possibility of running a beauty pageant.
Yeah.
I was not talking in the context of the beauty pageant. I just meant people might want to play there.
Yeah. Me too. I think
gave the
that
green
gamer
light.
beauty
We're
is
deploying you
something
to
that
the
is
front lines.
underappreciated.
You're up. Grab your shoes.
For those of you who lack
cleared
context,
hot
Nintendo
on
has
all
a bunch of
threats.
rules about
Watch your ass down there.
tournaments. We think they're stupid. Couch or on chairs.
Not to be close to each other so that
Gas is approaching on your position. Move to the safe zone.
And while they for judging, they could play video games. We're gonna have
Enemy soldier incoming.
Yeah, that they could participate in. Yeah.
I'm just trying to be even because.
Maybe when they're board.
And there's also
participating in whatever
secure the supply box. Locations are marked on your attack map.
Want to be
It doesn't matter.
and they will advance to the next round.
Yes.
Of beauty competition.
This pageant is more of like a 1 versus 1 scenario.
Being tracked by an enemy squad, evade and survive.
Instead of,
is there a destination involved?
One supply box down.
Trophy.
2 remain.
a destination.
Like a final destination?
A final destination.
Beauty trophy.
Yeah.
Yeah, beauty trophy would be nice. We can get those.
You're losing ground. Move it.
Yeah, it should be fine. Like, if it's a beauty pageant, I don't really see how anyone can get out of this.
Yeah.
I mean, those are legal.
Yeah.
Right? I think so.
Yeah, you're allowed to supply.
Be advised, you still have squad mates outside the safe
Their own
zone.
entertainment. Then it's like not our liability. What? Like, are we gonna get in trouble for having a power outlet?
So we provide a couch, a TV, and a power outlet.
Yeah, like everything that happens
One
after that
supply
point's not
box
really our
remaining.
problem.
Move and secure that daggone thing.
Anyway, so yeah, like console gaming corner. Chase wants to get a bunch of like arcade machines and stuff like that. Do like an arcade wall. The idea is that I don't want people just stuck at their chairs for 24 or 36 or 48 hours or however long these events end up being. One thing that I did not expect is Chase said the plan is to be set up in one day.
Contract complete. All supply boxes
set up in
secured.
like 3 or 4 hours, so I'm gonna have to get aligned with him on that.
For the LAN?
Yeah. I mean, if we can have it organized enough, we should be able to just add more bodies.
The tables and networking and stuff like that should all be 24 hours.
Yeah.
What's the one day?
Well,
is it the arcade machine?
Big stage, arcade machines, console corner.
That stuff is. I mean, you could be setting that stuff up while people are landing in the room.
That's true, but then the organization.
Yo, drop me money. I'm EDP.
They're like busy moving arcade machines around. So
Buy a load out.
We'll figure it out, but I mean, maybe that's something that we can solve with just like volunteers.
Yeah, because the original spec was just getting the tables
Yeah, come here.
networking.
Drop me money.
Power.
I'm gonna buy a load out up here.
Yeah.
4 hours.
So figure it out.
You're adding.
Chase had some really cool ideas.
Chase added them.
Yeah,
Load out.
Alright.
Chase had some great ideas for a lot of some like game jam type
Who
stuff.
you talking to?
Community engagement with maybe maps or games or things like that. Seems pretty cool. Keeping all the events going and moving. I don't know. It should be a hell of a lot of fun.
We found out that the server room is way too small.
I measured it with Sean 5 foot wide, which isn't
Loadout
too
drop
bad.
headed your way.
Yeah, it's about the same width as the one under the stairs here.
It's a little wider than the one.
Is
under
it?
the stairs.
Okay, not much.
Right, it's not much, but it'll be okay. It's serviceable.
So you're gonna have to squeeze
Assault
around
rifle
the
here.
back of the rack again?
No, it's rack width times 2, most likely.
Oh.
So it's not too bad. I still think we should put a door in the office.
Yeah, I talked to Yvonne about that. She's also going to see if there's the possibility of us just making the room a little bit bigger. I asked her at this point blank. I was just like, I mean, we've gone through final inspections
The
a
enemy
lot of
lost
times.
track
Have
of
you
you.
ever
Good work
seen
down
the
there.
inspector pull out a measuring tape? And she's like, no. So with that in mind, maybe the room is just 6 inches wider and nobody notices. So we'll see if that's a
You see where they're at?
It may not be. We may be stuck with what we have, in which case, having the access door. So the shape of the room is like this, and there's a door here. So
Friendly
getting around
loadout
the
drops
back
on the
and
way.
getting equipment to the back, like the UPS, could be tough. So Dan had proposed putting a door on the side, so you can actually get in from the back, and if that door open this way, then that could be quite helpful for getting around the back of the rack. And as long
Gas
as we're
is moving
super
in. New safe
organized,
zone located.
First time around, getting all the power and networking drops in there. Dan, you estimated 300 drops. Are you sure?
No, probably.
Where did you pull that number from earlier today?
So some of the sample articles that have been
I'm gonna
submitted
check
to
my
the
sheet.
site have stuff like that on them.
That's hilarious. I say do it.
Bottom line. Are you sure? I don't know if that's a good idea.
I mean, we used ChatGPT to come up with
Field
silly
upgrade
sample
here!
text for a nerdy website, so it should be fine. Sometimes ChatGPT can be a little sassy.
It's your fault if it goes poorly. I'm on vacation. I don't have to do my stuff.
Bounty
on
targets
Instagram.
marked.
Okay.
Kill them all.
I'm not even supposed to be in today.
Yeah.
Primary
Yeah.
objective complete. All targets eliminated.
Sorry, I'm looking for those runs as well.
You got
I'm
gas
not even
moving in.
supposed to be here today. That's the one.
Let's see. How many runs is this? What is
Head to the safe
Oh,
zone.
hilarious. So the person who's coordinating with to get this done is apparently supposed to be on vacation too.
Amazing.
And the other main person we're recording with, it's like probably the bedtime, let alone
Mine is how you miscalculated.
Yeah.
460.
Are you kidding me? No way that's right.
I don't think that's right.
No, because we
that's
don't need-
power. That's power. I misclicked on one of them. Oh, I scared myself.
Well, we don't need a drop to every computer in the LAN.
No, I miscalculated. I grabbed wattage from a copy of the from one of them. It's 278. Sorry, it's 314. Wow, I was actually on the money. 314 runs.
To what? Okay, I know you already set access control,
Okay.
speakers, APs, cameras, like that adds up. But
Yeah.
how many friggin' data ports do we have? It can't be that many.
So it's probably not. I believe that this is only. No, hold on. Jeez, I don't know if these are all right. Yeah, there's 104 devices. 104 devices total.
Okay.
So there's like 22 door access. You've got 32 speakers.
Probably gonna be more like
14
a
APs.
couple hundred then.
I think it's probably like a couple hundred. There's 36 cameras.
I guess we'll find out.
And then I'm not entirely sure how many other
No, there's a bunch more cameras too, because every port has an Ethernet drop for. Yeah, every port's got like 3 Ethernet drops or something stupid like that. Okay, well,
No,
Got
I'm
recon here.
Unless there's another one in here for quartz.
Go for counter UAV, marking
man,
coordinates.
these cool, hey, those Sony cameras that you wanted for the inside of the CNC or whatever that was, and the
yeah.
LAN show,
Yeah.
that's not happening.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Okay.
I wanted a USB webcam to be perfectly honest.
For court cams, what was the model of that again?
Fading
check for
here.
you. But yeah, those look absolutely perfect. And they have a bunch of interesting features which make them really good for that as well. I believe like a direct ingest or something like that.
Yeah, they
pulling
can,
up on
they can just stream.
Yeah.
Is it the ILME FR7?
No, that's what I wanted to put on the WAN show.
Your squad mate has entered the gulag.
Fun.
They'll need to survive to redeploy.
We already have
Speaking of fuel,
C100s.
RTB at this time.
Those are good cameras. They are fine.
Fire
Oh,
sale
that's-
active. 5 days
Oh,
prices
weird.
have been reduced.
I only have 3 of them. It's the ILX.
Your squad mate is in the gulag. If they survive, they redeploy. Your squad mate failed their mission. They're headed back to base.
These look super cool. They'll do up to 120 hertz, 4K. They have an Ethernet output. They're designed for drones, so they're super compact. They're Sony, so like, wow, anywhere from 100 ISO to 32,000. So I'm assuming pretty good low light. They just get wired up with like DC power in. Boom. That's what it looks like. There's an Ethernet jack on the side, so you can just have it, what, I guess RTMP?
Gas is inbound.
Right? Dan?
I guess so. I don't know. I wasn't even considering these. I wanted a webcam.
Well, where did it come from then?
Well, I mean...
Get to the safe zone.
What does yes times 7 mean? Is it Wi-Fi 7? Is that what they're trying to say? Because that would be cool. Wi-Fi 7.
Why can't I get this guy back in?
2.4 gigahertz times 7 is probably in tens.
There's no 7 tens.
Oh, they disconnected. What is wrong with people?
Fire sales over. Adjusting prices.
Yeah,
I have no idea.
It's like gibberish. Look at this.
Oh no, because it's just closing two different.
Oh, someone's saying it's Note 7.
Notes?
Yeah, it's a footnote. That makes sense. Good job. Thank you. LAN terminal. USB LAN. Oh no, this one's USB.
There's 11 LAN and this.
Yeah, 100%. That's funny. I thought I saw. Man, I thought I saw an RJ45 jack on the side of it the last time I was looking at it. Anyway, Panasonic has another one that's kind of similar, but I think the cost is quite a bit higher. So
yeah, I think Panasonic are about 6,000.
Yeah.
But what's it?
They're reducing that building.
DS1H was the one we were looking at.
Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
What? I have to get a. Okay. All right. Well, maybe we'll have to like rent one of each and maybe play around with them a little bit, see which ones are really easy to use for network recording, essentially. Because that's all I really care about. Yeah, this one does not have A45 built in, whereas the Panasonic one. What's it called?
That is the Lumix DS1H. Oh, it is. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, this thing's pretty cool too. Also very compact. Oh, wait, this one's cheaper.
Oh, it's on sale.
It's on. Oh, offer items specific. Are we doing this? Am I doing this? It's $1,000 off. Holy shit.
No, it's just selling.
Gas is inbound, marking a new safe zone.
We got a contact line in. When
does the deal end?
The 31st.
Monday.
Oh. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Well, yeah. What? Colton? What does Colton have to do with any of this? What? No, I have a credit card, Dan. Jeez.
You never know. One might have taken your privileges away.
Okay, is this one 4K? I don't know.
It's HD.
Loot here.
Yes. Up to 4K. I don't think it does a 120 FPS 4K. No, it does 60 FPS 4K, but it'll look to 180 FPS HD,
Enemy
which
buy
is
station
fine,
incoming.
and actually probably better for sports. What's the maximum frame rate supported by Twitch? Just 60, right?
I believe so.
Gas is closing in.
Use Twitch because, like, who cares?
But they don't. What's it? Like a pretty tight bit rate constraint.
Your squad made it to the safe zone.
Unlock the time code.
When I can find right
at 4K.
Yeah.
Stun grenade out.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
Okay, I could have sworn this one had an Ethernet jack, though. Now, just a gosh darn it. Yeah, it's right there. Okay, hold on a second. Maybe the issue with the Sony is not that it doesn't have it. Maybe the issue with the Sony is just the way it's listed on the site. Okay, Sorry, am I shopping right now? Like, is this just a Linus
Okay,
shopping
what'd you
for
say, Ben?
cameras?
I think this is interesting. So
We're working.
Yeah, I got it,
I
Ben.
mean, I need to know this thing.
Where's the side of this bloody thing? Show me the side.
Wait, what happened?
Well, no, I thought.
Whoa, that's hot action!
I think I was just completely mistaken about that. I don't think you have to connect both hands. You have to use a USB adapter, which in theory, oh my god,
your squad is down.
HDMI.
It's up to you now.
If we ever did want to use optical HDMI or something like that, that's a nightmare. That is just asking for failure. That connector should not exist. Okay, what's this thing got?
Got SDI.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
SDI full-size HDMI. That's a real camera. Yeah.
Give me two. I'll take two.
It's also $1,000 off right now. Recording. I don't think I did that. Yeah, no, we don't need a monitor on it at all, do we?
No.
Okay.
You get up on a really tall ladder.
Oh no, is this sensor too big? Is it gonna cause like too much?
1-1 requesting
like,
recon at this time.
UAV is on
Is
station.
it micro four thirds? Because we have I believe micro four thirds is like a multiple crop factor. So
Full frame.
Oh. We got a nice fast lane. Nice and right.
You got gas inbound. Safe zone relocated.
Remember the one that we were like, what's this star 7? And then we saw star 11 as well.
UAV is bingo fuel. On TV at this time.
If I remember correctly, that had something to do with the LAN thing. The new edition internet.
You got a loadout drop inbound.
Where were the footnotes? Those were on Sony's site for it, right?
Most likely.
I think so.
What even is WAN show?
I don't know.
I have no idea anymore.
I'm still looking for the run calculations. I don't think I bothered because we have so many free ports because of just the security requirements.
I can't even find. I'm sorry, guys. I can't find these footnotes very easily anymore. Yeah.
Gas
You
is
might just have
moving.
to post what it is, because I don't think I can. I don't think I can find that right now.
Let me see if I can have a notes. Footnote 11. A commercially available USB to LAN conversion adapter is required.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We figured that out. Okay. Alright, I need to make a note to maybe buy some of these cameras. Okay, so tell me this, Dan. At that price, do we just go to BS1Hs on every port?
I will do the calculation for you here. At that price, yeah, because the other cameras that we were going to get are the same price. Did you want to know the damage if you want 14 of these? Well, I guess it would only be 12, wouldn't it? No, it would be 14. Ready? Are you sure? It's $49,000. Oh, no!
Only 25 remain.
That's the wrong price. $35,000.
Oh, okay. Well, that's much better. Wow, you really know how to make $35,000 sound like a lot less money. Tell me 49 first. Yeah, I should just go get the Billy money. That'll take care of it.
Go on, dude.
Man, these things look kind of awesome. I really wish that I had one to try first.
Gas is closing in. Get to
What's
the new
their
safe
return
zone.
policy? Hey, Beacon H, wanna just, I'll just buy them all, and then if they don't work, I'll just return them all and pay the restocking fee on one?
You think they'd have 14 in stock?
It shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter. If they're running a promo, they should be able to. Oh, this is interesting. Apparently, 14 is like not a thing. How do I?
You got gas
you can just
moving
key it in. Okay. Let's see.
Enemies
Instant
dropping into the
savings
AO.
of $14,000 though. Okay, I might need to call like Andy or someone and say, hey, do we have a full frame camera and a lens that I can just grab?
Be advised,
take home
enemies deployed
this
a buy
weekend?
station.
Like put in position, get some test footage, and basically see if it shoots off at the extreme.
Less than 25, we're still standing. They hit us hard that
figured
time.
it.
Let's regroup and get back up there, yo.
Anyway, what are we supposed to be talking about?
We're still talking about our badminton center.
Land center.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, and badminton. It's gonna be both. Okay. Let's move on. New GM infotainment operating system leaves drivers stranded. Who could have seen this coming? GM has issued a brief pause on deliveries of the new Chevy Blazer EV in order to address software quality issues. The Blazer was GM's first model to drop support for Android Auto and Apple CarPlay in favor of Android Automotive OS, a custom version of Android designed specifically for cars. So this is meant to run on the car rather than on your phone with the car as effectively a display and input for it. The car's launch has reportedly been plagued with infotainment bugs that have left drivers stranded, including Inside EV's writer Kevin Williams, whose vehicle infotainment system went blank while he was driving, failed to charge, then produced a "service vehicle soon" error message. GM claimed that the issue only affected a limited number of customers, but posts about serious issues appear to be fairly widespread, including one poster whose car repeatedly refused to shift into park, and another whose car heating couldn't be turned off and whose infotainment system bricked and had to be fully replaced. GM recently claimed, and later retracted, that it dropped Android Auto and CarPlay for the sake of user and safety. I added that one word in there myself. You can decide which one it was. Because the apps are buggy and sometimes force drivers to take their attention off the road. Oh, well, this is much better, GM. Why is GM so determined to suck? I can't figure it out.
They heard the term "embrace the suck" and just took it in a direction it's not supposed to go.
I can't figure it out. This is coming from someone who actually kind of fanboys over the one GM vehicle that they have ever owned. The Volt is a great car. And then they discontinued it, like, just in time for it to have been super awesome and competitive. And then they're taking the best things about it, which is that I had an older...
Use this time for some target practice. Real thing's coming soon.
I'm smoking weed right now.
And I didn't have to rely on my car manufacturer to be good at software.
Packing a fat bowl.
Face it, they all suck at software. With some exceptions. I mean, you can make arguments about Tesla and good elements to their software.
That's not enough weed.
Trying to think of anyone else.
No, weed.
No.
I'm kidding.
Enemy soldier incoming.
Any software made by my car.
First time's over. Now you can deploy to the war zone.
Made by whoever I chose to put in my pocket.
I'm talking to you,
Logged into all of my crap all the time, and everything works and is set up pretty much the way that I'd expect it to.
Going
to the front line. I just plug in. I rent a car.
Grab your shoots.
I'm ready to go. I'm off to the races. That is a great user experience. Everything else is a giant. And I don't even take any pleasure in being right.
Let's get this done.
This is going to be a giant pile of garbage and a disadvantage for GM's buyers that I can't fathom it. Obviously, I'm not saying, well, I should be CEO
Gas is
of
closing
GM.
on your
I'm not
position.
sitting here,
Suggest you
in
hightail it out
front
of
of my TV talking about how much better of a place for the Patriots I could be or whatever, right? Like, that's not the point. It's just, I don't know. I'm sure there's any knowing better. That's shit, right? You just talk to people. Someone could have told you that this is probably a bad idea. And I'm sure there's business monster reasons for doing it, but I don't care. There's business monster reasons for making desirable cars that people want to buy and drive. Why don't we do that? Why don't we focus on that?
Yeah, team.
And worry a little bit less about money out of the data you collect from your customers. Just
a lot of
just an
gables.
idea. Crazy idea. I know.
No, I was. You suck, Cole.
Yeah.
I'm better than you.
Speaking of rants,
I got one of them. The other one just
One
got
shot?
Really? Yeah. And okay.
Gas is moving.
Alright, there it is.
Your squad mate was sent to the gulag. They'll fight for a chance to redeploy.
Oh, I did.
Some of your squad's outside the safe zone.
Super clear for everyone. This is
No. Don't die.
That doesn't work with the keyboard. This is basically a quick demo. You can mess around and see
Squad mate is entering the gulag.
I've been working
They'll
on.
need to survive to
An
redeploy.
extremely soft launch.
I'll buy you
It's pretty
back.
sweet.
I'll buy you back.
It's an extremely soft launch.
What?
This is not.
Don't leave,
Squad
bro.
mate
Don't
just
leave.
got their ass beat. They are
You're gonna
returning
be
to base.
expecting from the lab's local team or anything like
I'll
that.
get you
This is
back.
just us messing
An
around.
enemy
with
squad's
this.
hunting you. Stay sharp.
Think of it as like an
No.
alpha or something like this.
What did I do?
Basically,
Come on, man.
proof of concept. We're just showing people where we're
Your
at
squad
now
mate lost
because
the fight.
We leaked
They're
this
RTB at
on
this
the
time.
show a long time ago, and it's progressed since then. And you can click around and see what it'll be. You can see some of it.
Holy shit!
Stuff like that. This is not a launch of like the actual lab site in the way and form that you should expect.
Damn.
Once it's like fully flowing and going.
That's a lot of bullets.
Those things are
Oh,
not
bullets.
in place yet.
Oh, yeah.
But the look
It's a lot of
and the general
bullets.
feel is the direction that we're going in. We will collect some user feedback. We'll see what people think about it. I've already seen a couple comments that are interesting that we should
Hey, we
probably,
did better than our personal.
like at least consider, but I don't know necessarily if we'll act on them or not. We'll see.
Oh, your mic's fine.
Lots of really positive comments. Appreciate that. Team's been working on this for a long time. So
You ready?
did a great job. These graphics. I love these kind of graphics. So sweet. There's been so guys, we are doing stuff for real. The team is working extremely hard. Like even just figuring out what all of these headings should be. Yeah. Is a whole process. Getting that coordinated with
Cole, how do I
the,
take the mask off?
with the back end team, with the front end team, making sure that the whole experience is cohesive. These are all placeholder graphs, placeholder images, placeholder absolutely everything right now. It'll be really cool and you'll want to come back and all that kind of stuff when, you know, actual like proper articles are being posted and stuff like that, which we're not there yet. So this is not like an actual launch of the website. Nice. Yeah, exactly. We're basically just showing off like, look, you can click around, you can get the usability. Something I would suggest people check out because I think it's really cool is if you click the widget in the top right hand corner. Widget in the top right hand corner, and then click the toggle for customized colors on the
Grab that most wanted and drive around that LTV. You'll get both of us back.
Color blindness issues, or hey, if you just prefer.
I have no idea how to play this game, sir.
Change what
Loadout drop headed your way.
See that little crown to your right hand side? Go pick that up and get in that truck and just haul ass. Oh, just haul ass now.
Alright, let's see if I can get Bruno.
Gas is closing in. Relocating the safe zone.
All I can hope is Gulag.
Plans around for a little bit and then take off, and that's fine because this is not an actual launch of the website. But
Come on.
yeah, I think it looks great.
Give me some good.
Should I go back to the crowd?
Is in the gulag.
Yeah, hold on, let me concentrate.
No, there's a team over there. There's a team
Let
over
me
there.
concentrate, bro. Let me concentrate.
Solid work evading the enemy. You're clear for now.
A lot of stuff that would. Oh yeah, okay. So you've got an active. Yeah, so you have to find 2 products on the site that actually have like information.
You're the last of your squad.
Come on, man.
You can kind of see
Squad mate failed their mission. They're headed back to base.
Comparison.
My gun is
The
ass.
compare cart is sort of what we're calling for now. Like it's everything's for now. It's kind
Damn.
of we call it a compare cart because it's like you're adding it
You
to
got
a
enough
cart,
to
like shopping.
to
Like,
buy
we
one
wanted
person in.
terminology
Just stop at that
you
buy
kind of
right there, and you can buy a
relate
person in.
to as you
Yo, buy me in so I can buy both of you in.
There you go.
You might find things and you add them
Yep.
to your cart similarly to if you were shopping.
Gotta go to that
at a
buy
store,
station I
you
marked
add
up
things to your
behind you.
And then when you decide to
Yeah, you gotta buy me in. Buy
There's
me
a
in
guy
so I
on
can
the
buy them in.
person on the cart, you're not actually buying something.
Go to this buy station right over here.
There you go.
We should have buy number 1 green. I could afford both of them.
Navigate something through here, like we'll have a bullet links and stuff like that. So,
Wait, what are you doing?
what
are you doing?
Abundantly clear.
Yeah.
And I mean, hey, maybe in
I have enough money to buy them both.
I'm not saying never, but it's not a goal right.
Keep going.
I mean,
What are you doing?
Going across the bridge.
16
Yeah.
years. In 36 quarters. The goal would be.
it's hard to make totables for soccer now. Let's make totables for everything. For 30 quarters from now. Let's see how those go.
Yeah,
I'm actually, thank you for all the very positive comments. That's very cool. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
This has been kind of...
You got this, bro. Buy me in and I'll buy them in. You got it. Yes, sir.
Some more cooking still.
Get up.
It's one of those things where
Yes, sir.
launching a site
Yeah, you got this. Just
when
buy exotic
everyone
in.
else and their dog has been building their sites for, in some cases, 10 or 20 years. It's tough, right? Because
Good job.
On one hand, you're looking at it going, well, yeah, they have a lot of legacy crap to deal with that is probably a burden for them. But on the other hand, they've had a lot of time to solve problems and figure out user flows and really clean ways of presenting their information, their data, and all that kind of stuff. One of the things that you'll notice is that it is extremely advertising light. That is not an accident.
One more requesting recon at this time.
Promotional materials on the site that will almost certainly have, links to where to buy a screwdriver to install that graphics card you're researching or whatever the case may be.
But there are people with salaries who...
Do anybody get a loadout job?
Marking sniper system.
Right now, it is not the plan to have a ton of advertising on it.
15 grand.
As far as we can
advertising, but we can make money.
Yeah.
Put that gas box on the bridge.
Self-referencing back.
Alright, if we get that, we could probably buy a loadout drop.
Gas is moving in. New safe zone located.
A lot of work to do, especially on the content side, but
fire sale is active. Buy station prices are adjusted.
Oh shit!
Feeling really good.
Watch out, there's a vehicle coming.
Alright, I'm gonna go check the prices. They're definitely coming for the buy station.
To do on the site right now.
That was me in the vehicle.
But yeah, we wanted to show off.
Yo, we need 7,500. 7,500.
I guess. Not what the articles will necessarily exactly was.
Just so many little things.
Bro, why'd you waste our money, bro?
Navigate like this. See the tested settings.
We need a few more hundred to get a loadout drop.
Activation crash.
We can buy a loadout drop.
Armor pouch here.
Yeah,
come here.
If you go to the AMD Radeon RX 7600,
boys, come here. Everybody.
Gaming.
You can buy a loadout drop.
So you could see the actuation space bar. See the difference between that and the enter key. And
How do you get
money down?
Arrow, left arrow key, or whatever the case may be. Sorry, actually, I go to your...
Oh, you can, sure.
Alright, your squad's in the safe zone.
I still need 15.
Oh, that's beautiful. Look at that. Super cool. What do I care more about?
Alright.
Averages.
There we go, boys.
Nice.
Loadout drops on the way.
A lot of work going into it. It's gonna be great, guys.
Yeah.
Alright.
Marking sniper system.
Fire sale's done. Prices are back to normal.
Speaking of paying for all the work that's been done on all of this. Hey, the show's brought to you by Maximum Settings. Does this look like your game?
I only have snipers, believe it or not.
Yes. Now you can upgrade your system without spending thousands of dollars. With our sponsor, Maximum Settings, you can run the newest games with your old hardware through cloud gaming, which costs you less than $30 a month to rent. Their high-powered gaming PCs are built on Linux Mint, and instead of using a
loadout drop for half the price.
Service, they use a purely bare metal solution. That means a smoother, higher performance gaming experience.
Well, not really half the price.
Doesn't distribute computer resources to multiple people at once. All the
Wait,
resources of
yeah,
the
for half the
PC
price. What is this?
to you. They have gaming systems
Before
with RX 580 GPUs, GTX 1080s, 1600 XTs,
Scrappy's being hunted again.
Again.
PC you want, and within 2 to 5 minutes, your cloud gaming PC will be ready. Check out.
I know what to do in this situation.
On the cloud gaming trend today. The show is also brought to you by
Good luck
Forum.
to you, friends.
Meet Caleb, the CEO of Forum, who's also the manufacturer people in Forum. Caleb used to make rings during his daughter's wedding. From a passionate hobby of personally handcrafted over 10,000 rings. What makes these rings so special, you ask? Well, they're all made with cool materials, like whiskey barrels, rifles, mask of steel, World War II rifle stocks, and even meteorites. They train guns with a clean silicone blend and beautiful wooden ring box, making it ready to gift in no time. Form isn't just about rings. They recently launched
Got
their new
gas
handcrafted
inbound.
watches.
Safe zone
They're made
relocated.
with unique materials as well, like 4 billion-year-old reloads and
We're in a great spot.
They're also automatic watches, so no batteries are required.
Drones are deploying buy stations in the area.
And there are no shipping costs. For a Rancho View,
Someone's.
What is that? Oh, that's a buy station.
Someone's bombing a buy station. Be careful. Somebody get in this building. Boys, get in here. Oh, bro's just in the car.
Our last WAN show, okay, I'm just gonna read this. Our last WAN show sponsor this year, D-Brand.
Oh, at the buy station? At the buy station? I saw him.
Wants me to say something nice to them. Because they had so much fun messing with me throughout the year. I'm supposed to say something nice to them because they messed with me too. They sent me broken glass. Okay, Dennis compiled the best clips this year for you to enjoy. Dan is to roll the clips, and we are to just watch it.
Gas is closing in.
D-Brand actually shipped me a box of glass sharps.
All right. Your squad mate's located in HVT. This one's high risk, high reward. Get after them. All squad members are in the safe zone.
Oh my god.
Where are you guys at? Damn. I'm dead.
After we very briefly talk about the long-term partnership with D-Brand, yes, that has been a thing. I mean, we do more than just, you know, show their products and we know
where's your
we're more than just money exchanging. Sorry, I'm a little flustered.
I think it was.
I forgot about it. The point is that they're one of the first places.
It's a Rust player. It's a solar Rust builder.
Are you alone? Are you good? What's going on with you under me?
He was in a. He's in a building.
Should I land on him? Should I land on him?
No. No, that's a bad idea. There's a whole team in that building. You don't want to rush it. They're camping that building. Not my building, but like the building you're in right now.
Challenging summer that we had, and I said at the time.
Number 3.
That made sense to me because D-Brand.
I don't think they're there anymore, but be careful.
I'm not at liberty to say more than that at this time, but D-Brand knows us, D-Brand knows stuff, D-Brand knows that sticking with us is going to be cool, and we know the same thing about them. There's a lot of trust there. We wouldn't even consider working with Case-Defy or something like that in the past, not because I knew
I'll mark the building he's in.
Allegedly stealing designs.
Isn't the building died in?
D-Brand's going to take care of things when that comes to it, whether it's our customers or
gas
whether
is
it's
closing in. Relocating the safe zone.
We trust
right
it. So they've got some new X-ray skins for all sorts of devices. These skins were scanned at a specialized meteorology lab, and D-Brand is offering you both. Oh, that's cool. And
loadout drop inbound.
For the price of one. Happy New Year!
Yo, you can buy me back, bro.
D-Brand.com/WAN. Wow, did they really give me a reasonable vanity URL for a change? How nice is that? Is that their New Year's resolution to not be heads?
I need to go get my weapons back, but
yeah. Super cool. Wow, alright, thank
All
you
bounty targets destroyed. Hell of a job. You got gas moving in.
I had family members asking me about that stupid billboard.
Get your squad to the safe zone. No one gets left behind.
High traffic street. It probably wasn't cheap. I don't know how much they spent on that stupid thing.
What the?
I had people be like, "Oh, I saw your new car." I was like, "Well, I haven't shown you my new car. I didn't even tell you I got a new car."
I just got aimbotted.
No, I saw your picture on the billboard.
Oh, he has my sniper. That's all.
Oh, anyway.
Yeah, I got this.
D-Brand.com/WAN. I like it. It's got a nice ring to it. It's pretty good. Yeah.
Short line is still pretty good too, though.
All right.
Short line is similar to the ring. That's true.
Yeah. They should work on their branding. That's the whole thing. It's debranding. It's unbranding.
Oh, that makes sense.
Wait, you didn't know that?
This guy.
No, really though.
No, that one I did.
Okay, good. I can't tell. I can't really /S with this guy.
You don't deserve to anymore. I think I have lost the privilege to be able to feign ignorance.
Yeah, Dan defense.
I mean, you could buy me back.
Yeah. Okay, anyway.
If you wanted to. Okay. Behind.
Okay, Linus, I assume you don't purchase expensively designed parts.
Inbound, marking a new safe zone.
There's a full stop right there. No, okay. Since
There's a
Linus has designed more garments, has your willingness to spend more for
Top
quality
25,
materials
well
and
done.
construction change?
Oh,
It's down to you, soldier.
Did you see
Bring
my
on the
kill?
win.
Spend on quality materials and construction. My issue is that the majority of the time, I don't see a clear correlation between the difference in price
One of 25
and the
remaining.
difference in the
We
quality
lost that
of the
one.
materials
We'll get
and
those some
construction.
bitches next time.
That's my issue
GG's.
with fashion. Like I don't know, Luke, have you ever known me to have a problem spending on quality?
No.
It's not an
It's
issue.
really paying for brands and paying for strictly aesthetics. It's not really a thing.
I want bang for the buck, and I'll do aesthetics sometimes.
Not necessarily bang for the buck either.
No, like
you might pay for something that is particularly of premium quality because you respect like the craftsmanship, or because you're like, yeah, I paid more for this because this will last for literal ever. Something like that.
Oh, 100%.
It might not be technically best value per dollar.
This was my case back before I designed my own.
Yeah.
Like this is a $350 computer case. It's amazing. This all along here, all down the front, and all down the bottom is one single piece of aluminum that it's shaped. Look, like it's thin in the middle and thick around the edges. The craftsmanship of this thing is absolutely incredible. I have no problem spending on quality. My issue is where I just can't find a relationship between the price and the level of quality. And I just trying to think, like, where did I get clothes from? Mostly Costco, and it was mostly fine. And as soon as something was not fine at Costco, like the Champion socks that I used to buy there, they went from lasting me years to I would put holes in them in like 6 months. And I could tell, like I had my old ones and my new ones, and like the weave density was way lower on the new ones. They are garbage now. They're trash now. And when that happened, I went looking for a new sock, and I ended up with Darn Tough, who makes great socks. They're great. They're outstanding. Really expensive. It's like $20 to $25 per pair. But lifetime warranty, and the quality is unmatched. Like I would go through an entire pack of those Costco socks, and one pair of Darn Toughs would still be standing. So I can't fault that, right?
Of 3,000.
So if you're a parent, you're probably like me and you know. But when you have kids,
You're
it
up
doesn't
fast.
always
We're
work
about
out.
to get evil.
You take them to their room, take them to school. I really don't know where they go. But I do know the chargers never work smoothly. So we're putting one of these today.
Speaking, the state
Straightforward. Cables in the charger in the cover. Cables are locked in from
Historically
inside there.
speaking, the state of Florida has been famous for its sunny beaches.
What are we doing there, buddy?
Enemies are dropping into the area.
What sort of electronics are you building there, sir?
Tug on it. Now I'll never have to worry when the charger going missing.
It's the phenomenon of
So if you're a parent, you're probably like me and you know.
Florida has in many ways become
Are you watching TikTok hacks or some bullshit?
absolutely churning out some of the most bizarre criminals in the world. From Florida man assaulting people with alligators to a sloshed sunshine state.
Prep time's over. Now you deploy to the war zone.
The motorized Walmart speeder you can rest assured that if you're browsing the web and you see an online article that has the headline Florida Man, it's going to detail some of the most creatively batshit insane crimes.
Head shed gave the green light. We're deploying you to the front lines. You're up. Grab your shoes.
Here we go.
Hot on all threats. Watch your ass down there.
Today's video is sponsored by Opera. In the world of internet, you got a lot of fun with
Let's roll.
I've got some YouTube videos on
Battle Royale.
That's a lot of tags. It's cluttering. Let's island them out and boom. The workspace is much cleaner.
Gas is approaching on your position. Move to the safe zone.
The Florida Man was on October 26th.
Gas drop is en route.
Was the prescription to do so. Florida Man violates a plush dog. Florida men are no stranger to committing sex crimes. However, this particular Florida man was jailed for a deviancy that even in his sunshine he violated an Olaf the Snowman in Pinellas Park, Florida. A man named Christopher Meter visited his local Target retail location. But what you'll soon find, though, is that this was no ordinary visit to pick up new clothes or groceries. Rather, the man's purpose for being at this Target was far more sinister, with Cody apparently visiting the location to fulfill a depraved sexual fantasy. Upon arriving at the Target store,
Supply boxes marked. Secure those locations. Your squad mate is in the gulag. If they survive, they redeploy.
He picked up a large Olaf plushie.
You're losing ground. Move it.
From his pants and began humping the stuffed snowman on the Target store floor.
Time for a fight.
And return the
Your squad made it to the safe zone.
And this was looking for round two. After the and grabbed a large unicorn. He would then proceed to violate this toy in a sexual manner as well. If not stopped, this rampaging
Your squad mate failed their mission. They're headed back to base.
Toy in the Target store. Thankfully, though, due to surveillance footage, security detected what Cody was perpetrating, and police were notified promptly. Cody had been caught red-handed, and when police arrived and questioned him, he confessed to doing, quote, stupid stuff, and said that he, quote, nutted on Olaf. As a result of his serial dry-humping spree at Target, Cody was charged with criminal mischief. As for the toys that he violated, they were removed from shelves and destroyed. Following Cody's his father revealed to police
Your squad mate lost the fight. They're RTB at this time.
What? The exact details.
Fight's over, soldier. Return to base.
It's possible that this wasn't Cody's first foray into such disgusting activity.
2 supply boxes secured, 1 remaining.
Custody was short-lived as he was released from jail on the same day of his arrest on a $150 bail. About a year after the crime, in March of 2021, a judge ordered a psychological evaluation for Cody. The judge appointed him a psychologist before a hearing on April of 2021 that would determine his ability to stand trial. He was eventually determined fit to stand trial, and in January of 2022, the Florida Freak was sentenced to serve 6 months of probation. This sentence came after he pled no contest to criminal mischief and indecent exposure charges. He was also ordered to pay $725 in court fines and costs. Florida restaurant thief avoids jail because he's obese. This next Florida man story is admittedly one of the more humorous on the list, and that's saying a lot because there's some pretty funny shit in this compilation. It's the tale of a Florida criminal that was so morbidly obese that he literally could not be placed in prison. In 2007, a 600-pound man named George Olicar of Sanford, Florida, was very fittingly arrested for scamming various restaurants and stores. George was said to have been peddling this scam as far back as 2005. George was notorious for ordering a bunch of food, eating like half of it or more than half of it, and then complaining about its quality in an attempt to get refunds. This gluttonous con man once reportedly downed 6 milkshakes from a restaurant, and then when it was time to pay, he claimed his last shake had a hair in it and refused to pay the tab. 6 milkshakes, bro. Jesus. This portly gentleman's fast food scamming antics would eventually catch up to him, though, as Big George would finally be arrested after he reportedly consumed close to $50 of 7-Eleven beef jerky. and attempted to trick the staff members of the gas station into giving him a refund under the premise of one of the bags having moldy beef in it. His deceptive trick failed, and police were actually notified over this event. After being tipped off about this scammer, cops later made their way to George's home and arrested him for his alleged scam attempt. The police report from the incident indicates that when cops were arresting George, the man, quote, raised the pitch of his voice to sound like a woman. So I guess George thought if he faked a high-pitched voice, the cops would like go easy on him, thinking he was a girl or something. Regardless, this pitch shifting did little to deter law enforcement, as George would be arrested and booked. While in police custody on the way to the police station, the 38-year-old man reportedly muttered in front of police officers, quote, "The beef jerky got me." As a result of his activities, George was charged with 5 counts of felony petty theft. After being charged, it was thought that George would then be sent to jail and begin trial. But something worse happened to the man. In the months after he was charged, George came down with a serious unspecified illness and became bedridden as a result of this. George's illness was so severe that rather than being jailed, he was confined by his sickness to a hospital bed, and at one point even had to be put on a life-saving respirator treatment. Once
Use this time for some target practice. Real things coming soon.
In light of this sickness, one thing was becoming clear to prosecutors who were trying to punish George. Even if they got George in jail, due to his obesity and health problems, he likely wouldn't survive in prison. George's immense risk for morbidity. And not only that, if they were to take George to trial, the state would have to pay for the dead man's transportation.
Got them.
Associated with health problems related to travel. So to avoid this happening, George was given a no-contest plea deal, which an attorney accepted on his
prep time's over. Now you deploy to the war zone.
$1,365 in court costs and an unstated amount of restitution.
I want that bird ready in 3 mics. Relay those coordinates. There we are.
And due to this bizarre
Head shed gave the green light. We're
let's
deploying you
go.
to the front lines. You're up. Grab your chutes. Enemy activity will be high. Expect contact early and often.
Let's get this done.
Nope.
Battle Royale.
With many folks expressing their contempt for the obnoxious creatures and the movies that they're
Gas is approaching on your position. Move to the safe zone.
Hated minions so much that he would go on to violently assault them. On the evening of July 8th,
I'm not good at the game. Don't put yourself at risk. You want to win. I came to win.
The victim wearing the minion suit was 21-year-old Jamie Rowe, a partially blind and mentally disabled man who was completely defenseless. Icelandic kick Rowe and his friends watched and cheered him on during the attack. One of these friends was filming the assault for Ryan's social media. The altercation was also caught on the store's security cameras. While Ryan was beating Rowan, the disabled man pleaded with him to stop, but the minion
What are we doing?
fell on deaf ears. Ryan continued to hit the minion until he was eventually subdued by the shop owner and a good Samaritan who was witnessing the violence.
I thought that was close to them.
Move it.
Put an end to the altercation for good. After first responders arrived, Rowan refused medical treatment as he apparently only had some bruises, but he allowed the police to take
All right,
pictures
your
of
squad's
his
in the
injuries.
safe zone.
Police body cam footage from the incident. Ryan can be seen telling the officer that he's a social media influencer and that Rowan provided him with explicit permission to film the occurrence for his Instagram. So Ryan was essentially claiming that this was a staged prank. Ryan said, quote, "I'm an Instagram star. I'm literally doing a prank. I'm an Instagram stuntman." He also said, quote, "I was just kidding, bro. Me and the minion talked it out." Turns out, though, Mr. Rowan was not in on the prank, and Ryan, well, he wasn't really even an Instagram. apparently only having 1,875 followers at the time on his account. And according to David
Right now, I'm
Mayo,
good.
Ryan had a YouTube channel that had a whopping 48 subscribers. According to reports, Roam told police that he didn't want to wrestle with Ryan after the assailant asked him to participate in a fight. And I guess Ryan went through with it anyways. Ryan was initially arrested and charged with misdemeanor battery and criminal mischief, but was promptly released. After posting bail, Ryan reportedly...
I guess not. I guess not.
Although this video has since been deleted. Several months later, Ryan was dismissed of the charges issued against him. And as a result of this, he was sentenced to 10 days in jail and a year of probation. The terms of his sentencing also required him to avoid drinking alcohol and to enroll in a mental recognition therapy course. And lastly, the judge ordered him to pay $280 in damages to Roam, and he was also made to pay...
No! What?
How low can a
Time to head back to base.
satisfy their sexual
That could have been bad.
This Florida degenerate knows no bounds, apparently. On May 19th of 2014, 52-year-old Zulfikar Jaffer of Sanford, Florida, was arrested and charged with 2 counts of battery for allegedly groping a woman's breast while pretending to be a palm reader at a Walmart. Police received a call from a woman who read her palm at the store and then followed her into the parking lot and offered her another special reading. She reportedly accepted his offer and got into the backseat of his car for this special procedure. According to the report, proceeded to put his hand under her blouse.
These guys come out of nowhere like rats, man.
Grabbed her breasts. And apparently this wasn't the man's first rodeo, as there was a report from this Walmart stating that he had done something similar days prior. The police report from this incident also details other disturbing activities allegedly perpetrated by Jaffer. One report states that after a mom strapped her daughter into her car, Jaffer came up to her in the parking lot and said that he
Gas is inbound, marking a new safe zone.
Moving here. He wanted to feel the baby's heartbeat. Once this woman denies the man request, he reportedly groped her breast and fled the scene. Because of these alleged breast groping incidents, Jaffer was eventually arrested. And after his arrest, even more women came out making allegations against him for these parking lot breast grabbing. Following his arrest, 2 additional victims came out against Jaffer.
There's a vehicle.
He also assaulted them as well. And I'm unable to determine the outcome of his charges. Whatever the case, it goes without saying when you're in Florida, be weary of a Walmart palm. Florida man illegally mounts a manatee. Along with its sunny and sandy beaches, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, Florida is also famous for its aquatic wildlife. Much of this precious wildlife is protected by the state government, and messing with said protected wildlife
got gas moving in.
Consequences that our next Florida man will have to face if he attempted to ride a wild manatee. On September 16th of 2016, 47-year-old James Warren Massendale jumped into a manatee-inhabited body of water in Alvarado, Florida. As boys swam around the protected waterway, he would go on to touch 2 adult manatees and their babies. Witnesses who had seen Boyd jump
Marking contract.
called out to the man and warned him that what he was doing was illegal. In response, Boyd continued to follow the manatee and yelled out, "Riding it." Houston Wildlife Conservation officers were notified about the manatee mounting and later found Boyd reaching for, touching, and lying on top of manatees in the creek. The officers informed him that what he was doing was against the law, and it was at this point that Boyd became vocally aggressive with them, repeatedly saying, "Take me to jail." Boyd would continue to harass the manatees for a short time until wildlife officers pulled him out of the creek and arrested him. For his manatee misconduct, Boyd was charged with annoying, molesting, harassing, or disturbing a manatee. Next up, Florida man caught violating a Siberian husky while wearing a dog costume. While most furries out there are simply fun seekers with a love for animal alter egos, there have been a small handful of historic crimes committed by members of the furry family. And when it comes to furry criminals, the ones from Florida are just criminals. Which brings us to the disturbing case of Mr. Nichols. On February 11th of 2019, 21-year-old Christian Stewart Oscar Nichols of Oldsmar, Florida, was arrested after allegedly filming himself sexually violating his Siberian Husky while wearing a dog costume. It all started on January 25th when an individual from out of state reached out to the Pinellas County, Florida Animal Services Department to inform them of a repulsive video and image that they had discovered online. That video being the aforementioned bestiality content, and local authorities had been tipped off to it. After reviewing the photos and videos of concern, detectives claimed that Nichols could be seen in the content wearing a black and white husky costume while performing sex acts to the animal. They also commented that the dog seemed to have been in significant distress during the video's recording, adding that the animal tried running away from Nichols at one point, which allegedly resulted in the
Gas is closing in. Relocating the safe zone.
Because you can't listen to anything other than what
These investigators eventually connected this content to Mr. Nichols and worked on tracking him down so they could go in for an arrest. When confronted by police investigators, Mr. Nichols
Hey, my bad, bro, my bad.
reportedly admitted that he was a twisted mastermind behind the gut-wrenching material containing his dog named Kimber. He was arrested and charged with 1 count of aggravated animal cruelty. The man was also charged with an additional 10 counts of possession of obscene material after more unrelated zoophilic videos were allegedly found in his bedroom. Thankfully, the dogs that were in Mr. Nichols' possession, including Ember, were taken away.
Oh, nah,
bro.
We can only
hope that they found new homes where they weren't. What might be one of the most bad shit hillbilly redneck in this compendium, it's the tale of Douglas Allen Hatton, a Florida scrap metal dude with some serious money-making ambition. On November 16th of 2020, 71-year-old Douglas Allen Hatton of Lakeland, Florida, noticed a downed utility pole on the side of the road. No stranger to selling scrap metal for money, the guy got an idea. He thought that he might be able to scratch this thing up to his car and sell it for money. So this man goes on to tie this giant...
You sure you want to take this one, bro?
1997 Toyota Camry.
What the fuck am I watching right now?
Seeing this pole and feeling as if it was probably government property,
Yeah, who's this nigga's third party, bro?
Documentation this motherfucker feeling as if it was stolen, they reported it. I mean, could it not be any more obvious? It's strapped to a fucking 97 Camry. Hadley also got reported after a witness saw him strapping the pole to his car's roof and called the Tampa Bay Regional Communications Center. This witness then followed Hadley's car from a distance and provided details on his location. Shortly after, the highway patrolman pulled him over and confiscated the pole and car.
Need some McCall rounds.
Flagpole off the interstate that don't belong to you. Does that belong to you?
In light of being busted for stealing this utility pole, Mr. Hadley was arrested and charged with grand theft. His bond was set at $2,000. Unsurprisingly, this wasn't the man's first rodeo with Florida law enforcement. At the time of the incident, Hadley had been arrested 48 times prior. These arrests starting as far back as 1971, with the man being arrested for crimes ranging from burglary to grand theft, probation violation. Hell, 2 of these arrests were actually quite similar to the specific crime he was in trouble for now, stealing government property. While it's not exactly known what kind of time Hadley got for stealing this utility pole, it goes without saying that this is probably one of the lower IQ Florida criminals on the list. Florida man attempts to steal a chainsaw by shoving it down his pants. Florida criminals are different from those in other states, especially when it comes to just the brazenness of their activity. It's like
You got gas inbound. Safe zone relocated.
Scorching temperatures and swamp-like humidity just give them superpowers or something. Yeah, for example, like Florida shoplifters, they don't steal bags of chips, they steal fucking chainsaws. Which brings us to the topic of our next story, the Treasure Coast lawn care incident. On October 28th of 2014, 28-year-old Anthony Ballard of Port St. Lucie went to the Treasure Coast lawn equipment store and asked the cashier if they could make chains for $1. However, this was nothing more than a ploy to steal. While the employee was distracted,
Friendly UAV overhead.
grabbed a $600 chainsaw nearby and shoved it down his shorts. He then covered it up with his shirt and left the premises. So he had the chainsaw stuffed down his pants, he covered it up a bit with his shirt, got change for the $1, and left thinking that nobody had saw him. However, this chainsaw bandit wasn't as sneaky as he thought he was, as some store workers had noticed the fleet-footed Floridian running off with the chainsaw.
Gas is closing in.
While being pursued, Ballard realized the chainsaw was quite the running impediment, so he has the idea of yanking it out of his pants and throwing it into like a hidden area of the woods that he could retrieve later. He hoped to escape and return to the location in the future, and it didn't seem like when he was being followed that anyone saw him throw the chainsaw, so he certainly thought that like in the future I can come back and pick this thing up and everything. Ballard would manage to escape the initial chase by store employees and would indeed return to the location that he threw the chainsaw approximately 3 minutes later. But if you couldn't tell already, Ballard was actually did see where he threw the chainsaw. And once they saw Ballard come back to look for it, they called the police. Cops would arrive, and in short time, they arrested the chainsaw swindler, charging him with grand theft. He was also booked at the St. Lucie County Jail. His bond was
The enemy took that one, but we'll get him back.
The chainsaw swindler was an idiot, but what about the Florida man who butt-dialed the cops and revealed a murder plot? Now, we've all butt-dialed someone before, you know, called somebody on accident. Hell, I'm sure some of you have been talking shit about someone you shouldn't be talking about, and you start getting suspicious thinking that your phone has accidentally called them. Well, how about the guy who accidentally called the police while discussing who wanted to kill? On May 5th of 2013, 24-year-old Scott Simon of Pompano Beach, Florida, and unwittingly recorded himself detailing his intentions to murder a man named Nicholas Walker. Initially, 911 dispatch and police thought the call to be nothing more than a joke or some sort of prank. That was until later in the day, 33-year-old Florida man Nicholas Walker was found dead in his vehicle, which had crashed into a guardrail on the interstate. Upon searching the crash site, it was discovered that Nicholas Walker had actually been shot. The man was dead and had been shot multiple times, in fact. Now, naturally, considering these circumstances, it became clear to authorities that this butt dial was no joke or prank and was actually some criminal out there who had inadvertently or unknowingly confessed to a murder plot. This investigation eventually led them to the man who made the phone call, 24-year-old Scott Simon, as mentioned earlier. Furthermore, this investigation revealed that Simon was a ringleader of sorts and had 2 accomplices that helped him with Walker's murder. These 2 accomplices were 27-year-old Ronald Desenor and 25-year-old Michael Dupree. And it turns out Walker was apparently killed as a feud that all began in Waffle House. Some of this feud was reportedly caught on surveillance video. After this Waffle House altercation, Simon's men conspired to kill Walker and concocted a plan to follow him as he left the Waffle House establishment. Ronald Desenor was the man responsible for the inevitable shooting of Walker, and Michael Dupree served as a getaway driver. Simon's involvement was coming up with the plan itself. All 3 individuals were jailed without bond. 2 years later, on August 14th of 2015, the 3
Gear up fast, we're about to get evil.
In prison for the death of Walker. And it's insane to think that these men likely to being tried.
Teammate, why don't you have a mic no more? Yo.
What? Coming up, Florida man collects literal tons of seed. In any other state in the U.S., there are millions of criminals getting busted for CP in Florida. But it seems like in the Sunshine State, the cases are just almost unimaginably bad, such as the instance of the man who literally had tons of CP.
All stations, green light. We are deploying to the war zone.
On February 23rd of 2023, 72-year-old Paul Zittle
I want
of
that
Marion
bird ready
County,
in 3
Florida,
mics.
was
Relay
arrested
those
after
coordinates.
federal agents discovered
Gang's all here.
thousands of pounds of CP.
Word came
at his
down.
home.
We are
Printed
green to
versions
go.
of this
So gear
material.
up, grab your
As a result of
chutes.
the
We're going to the war
shooting
zone.
discovery, the man was
Enemy
charged
activity
with
will be
25
high.
counts of
Expect
possession of
contact
CP.
early
1
and
month
often.
before his arrest, Detective Chase King of the Marion County Sheriff's Office.
Let's roll. Battle Royale.
The police were then given a search warrant to raid his home. During the search, detectives uncovered a seemingly limitless
Gas
amount
is
of
closing on your
disgusting
position.
CP.
Suggest you
There were
hightail it out of there.
other people with Paul at the time, and they explained to police that Paul Zittle would never allow them to go into his bedroom or office without him being with them. Investigators estimate that there were over 650,000 collection weighed the same as a Ford Fiesta sedan. Paul's criminal pictures were allegedly stored in large stacks and boxes all over the Creek's bedroom and office. After Paul
Enemy
was
squad's
arrested,
hunting
he was
you.
taken
Stay
to
sharp.
Marion County Jail and held on a $250,000
Bounty targets marked. Kill 'em
bond.
all.
He's currently awaiting trial, which is set to take place in October of 2023. What really has to be said? If there was a guy that was going to have literal tons of CP, I think this is what he would look like. Let's be real. Coming up, we've got the Florida man that got a DUI.
Gas
on a
is
Walmart
moving.
motor scooter. Drinking and driving is absolutely terrible. Not only are you putting your own life in danger, you could potentially just kill innocent people. If you thought you could only get a DUI from behind
All
the wheel
squad
of a
members
car
are
or
in the
a
safe zone.
motorcycle, think again. On July 24th, 2022, 39-year-old Aaron Gregory from Melbourne, Florida, was getting routed. The man apparently had some drinks that night and decided to go
All
visit
bounty
Walmart.
targets
Mr.
destroyed.
Gregory
Hell of a
got
job.
motorized scooter card, and it said that he had an open beverage and was just driving recklessly around the Walmart at about 5 to 6 miles an hour. Cruising through, running into shelves, and almost hitting people. He was just a madman on the loose, I guess. What's
What even
important
just
to note,
happened?
though, is that utility scooters are considered to be motor vehicles in the state of Florida, so he was committing a crime while doing this. Seeing this belligerent motorist wreaking havoc in their store, Walmart called the cops. When the cops arrived at Walmart, they found that Gregory had an open bottle of Smirnoff liquor as he was driving around. They noted that the man had consumed 2/3 of the bottle by this point in time. Police also noted that Gregory had, quote, glassy eyes, smelled like alcohol, and refused to take a breathalyzer test. By this point in time, having consumed, almost an entire bottle of Smirnoff, Gregory was pretty fucked up. When the police attempted to speak with the man and obtain his ID, they noted that he became, quote, unresponsive and couldn't answer any of their questions.
Your charger? Yeah?
Yes, ma'am.
You're the last of your squad. Finish this. Your squad mate failed their mission. They're headed back to base.
Is that your backpack?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay, is that your bottle of vodka? Is that yours? Is that yours? Came out of your backpack.
And Gregory wasn't playing up his drunkenness either, as the man's level of intoxication was so high that police had to call medical and escort him out of the store on a stretcher.
Give me your other hand. No. Stay there for a second. Alright, all the way in.
Loadout drop headed your way.
Later on at the police department, the man was barely able to stand up and continued to decline any field sobriety tests.
Do you wish to do some field sobriety
Gas
tests?
is moving in. New safe zone located.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Are you willing to provide a breath test for me? Will you blow into a machine? Are you willing to provide a breath test?
Enemy counter UAV offline.
Once arrested, he was taken to the Brevard County Jail on a $3,000 bond. 2 months later, Gregory pled no contest to the disorderly intoxication and open container charges. Judge would find Gregory guilty on both misdemeanors and sentenced him to 2 months in jail and instructed him to pay $522 in court costs and fines. Lastly, Gregory was prohibited from going back to that Walmart for 6 months. Next up, we have the Florida man who allegedly groped Little Mermaid. Florida's Disney World and
Gas is closing in.
is a world-famous place of magic and wonder. Sadly, it can also be a place of sexual assault and harassment as well. On November 2nd of 2019, 51-year-old Brian Sherman was at Disney's Magic Kingdom with his wife when they visited Ariel's grotto. At the grotto, they asked for a photo with a worker who was dressed as Ariel the Little Mermaid. The woman playing Ariel sat in between Sherman and his wife, and this is where things started to get creepy. It said that Sherman was very excited and told Ariel that she was his favorite Disney princess. He also told Ariel during the photo shoot that he loved her and proceeded to put his arm around the girl, even going as far as allegedly groping the mermaid's breasts. During the time of the photo being taken, a Disney co-worker, recognizing the inappropriate touching, attempted to instruct the handsy patron to assume a different pose, perhaps one that didn't involve him touching the poor employee's breast. But this was a fruitless effort. The man wouldn't move his arm. It's important to mention that the victim, the woman playing Ariel in this case, was essentially restrained during this entire alleged assault, as the nature of the chair in Ariel's grotto and the Ariel costume itself, it limited the actor's mobility to a great degree. Also note in this photo that Ariel was essentially pinned in the grotto seat between Brian and his wife. The woman's limited ability to escape this situation makes Brian's alleged assault that much more disturbing. Once the alleged groper was satisfied, Sherman and his wife left the grotto, at which point the victim of his alleged assault started shaking and crying. Around this time, police arrived at the scene, and the woman in the Ariel costume told the cops that she wanted to press charges against the grotto assailant and that she would like to testify in court. The grotto was shut down following this incident. Ironically, the pictures that were taken of the three were used as evidence to arrest Sherman. Several hours after these photos were taken, the man was arrested for battery and was taken to the Orange County Jail. He would be bonded out after $500 was posted. This wasn't the first time of Sherman being accused of committing a sexual crime. Back in 1999, Sherman was found guilty of, quote, sexual battery of a victim younger than 12. Though, unfortunately, for the alleged victim in this Ariel's grotto incident, there would never be a conclusion to these charges, as about a month after the grotto incident, the charges levied against Sherman were dropped. The reasons for these charges being dropped, I'm not
Gas
certain.
is closing in. Get to the new
Hopefully
safe
the girl
zone.
in this situation that played Ariel wasn't like traumatized from this event, but yeah, that was the Ariel's grotto incident. And here we have the Florida man.
Are you
who
still
was
with me, or
released
did you
from jail
disconnect?
only to be rearrested after attempting to steal from cars in the parking lot. Like, just how? Like, how can you be this dumb? On April 4th of 2019, 37-year-old Michael Casey Lewis of Stuart, Florida.
Are you still
was
in this
released
game with
from
me,
the
or did you
St. Lucie
disconnect?
County Jail after he had been arrested for grand theft. And within 15 minutes of being out, he would reoffend. After being released from jail, Michael Casey meandered around the parking lot, and police say they saw him, quote, acting suspicious and checking vehicle doors. Lewis was also belligerent, yelling about how he wanted some cigarettes. When the freshly released man was confronted in the parking lot by police, Lewis stated that he was waiting for his girlfriend to arrive. However, what he had actually been doing was stealing from unlocked cars.
Gas is
Police
moving.
claim that Mr. Lewis allegedly stole a debit card, 4 packs of cigarettes, an iPhone 7, a Florida driver's license, a lighter, and $547 from a car that was parked in the jail lot. Upon this discovery, Lewis was then rearrested and placed back into the same jail that he had left minutes prior. He was charged with grand theft, burglary, and possession of stolen property. Later in the day, he would be bonded out. And this time, he managed to get out of the parking lot without stealing anything or being rearrested. So good on you, Mr. Lewis. Congrats. Florida man looks for daddy's little girl on Craigslist. Disturbing Craigslist postings have led to the apprehension of many criminals over the years. A lot of them have been from Florida. On March 18th of 2018, Warren Arthur Seckler of Boca Raton, Florida, was desperately looking for what he called daddy's little girl. The man was so desperate for such a companion that he put up an ad on Craigslist to find one that fit the bill.
We lost that one, but we'll get those sumbitches next time.
Enemy KIA.
That would become clear after an undercover police officer would respond to it. Finding the post extremely suspicious, police would reply to his thread and ask if he was interested in a girl under the age of 18. Did you say younger than 18? No, that would be illegal. 18 and older only. However, about an hour later, Seckler would return to his inbox and reply, "Okay, so I might be interested. I'm always looking. Tell me about it." The undercover detective then told Seckler that they had a daughter that was 14 years old, skinny, blonde with blue eyes. So this detective is like posing as someone who is potentially offering their daughter to this buddy.
They're great. They're outstanding. Really expensive. It's like $20 to $25 US per pair. But lifetime warranty, and the quality is unmatched. Like I would go through an entire pack of those Costco socks, and one pair of darn tufts would still be standing. So I can't fault that, right? No, man. I'm sorry. I don't agree.
Ender.com for all the good PC gaming, well, and console gaming stuff too. But today, in this video, I want to talk about old hardware. And from a couple perspectives. Old hardware, like really old hardware. But also, like, you know, more a little
Check
more
your gear and weapons. We'll be deploying shortly.
Two angles is, what should you do with older hardware? Say you're upgrading your system right now or pretty soon. What should you do with old hardware? Should you hold on to it? But then also I want to get into the idea of old vintage hardware. So first let's talk about the contemporary stuff. Like, what do you like to hold on to an old PC when you upgrade to it?
Oh, if it's a machine you're just replacing?
Yes.
You should probably do it. Probably don't.
Really?
The problem is...
Playtime's over. Stand by for deployment to the war zone.
Man, I wish I had known. Because the thing about recent
I
old
want that
hardware is
bird ready in 3 mics.
mics.
Relay those coordinates.
True. After the time
Things all here.
So it's a tough question
Word
to answer.
came down. We are green to go. So gear up, grab your chutes. We're going to the war zone. Rules of engagement are simple. Weapons free on all threats.
Well, for me though, it's usually around.
Let's get this done.
Sometimes
Battle Royale.
That in my use case, absolutely. Like I've got
is that a whole system though? It sounds like it's not a whole system.
You got gas closing in fast. Unass yourself to the safe zone.
That's with my old computer. But you're absolutely right. If it's a work machine, if I wake up one day and my GPU is tied, I can get that 38-hour calls and it's back up and ready in 10 minutes.
Or I mean, in some cases, like a friend of yours of mine, Will Smith, from Brad and Will Made It Tech Pod and Anna Cruz's fame, he does a thing where his main computer, you know, runs the games and does the work stuff, and then his secondary computer is what streaming and all that kind of stuff. So in a pinch, if he had a problem with the main computer, he's got that computer already up and running. That's another good point I need to consider. In fact, repurposing old hardware is how I roll my first NAS. So that as well. Yeah. Like there are more uses than ever for a secondary PC that are not just kind of your main rig, or whatever. But once again, it'll take up space. Maybe you need the money to sell off parts. Or I mean, the thing that I like doing where applicable is handing it down. Yeah. So if somebody has a family member, you know, a child that you want to get into PC gaming, hey, check out this my old rig, or you know, hand it off to a friend, or you know, like an extended family or something. I don't know. I don't have any specific examples, but I get the sense that a lot of places take donations now of computers as well, like maybe public libraries or school systems or something like that. Something you could look into. In the extreme end of it, though, there are times, and you alluded to this. There are times where you're like, dang, I wish I had that system. Like, you tell me about your first system, because I know you miss it. Yes. You wish you still had it. Badly is one of the worst mistakes I ever made. My mom said, "Hey, those 3 computers sitting in the basement, can I just recycle those?" And I was like, "Yeah, pull the hard drives out, it's fine." What were they? So, like, just I'm gonna be old man here for a minute. You're gonna reach an age where you are desperately going to wish you could still touch the things you had when you were young, and you're not going to have them anymore. Have you seen Citizen Kane?
We're headed to the war zone. Get geared up and stand by.
Our first family computer was okay. I guess first of all, do you know what 46 sort of stepping was back in the day?
No, our first family computer was a 46.
So it was 46SX had no Mapco processor, no telephone unit. 46DX had to have floating points. The Intel designations. Okay. Our first computer was DLC.
Bang!
Oh, so even at the time when I would tell people, oh, we have a 46 DLC, what? 46 what? Like what? It was a 46 megabyte Texas storage. So I don't remember exactly the curious line of like, yes.
All stations, we are green to go. Stand by for deployment.
Intel created the 46, but there was a company called Cyrix that I don't think exists anymore.
Dust off. We're up in 3 lights. Let's move.
If I remember right.
There we are. Head shed gave the green light. We're deploying you to the front lines. You're up. Grab your chutes. We're cleared hot on all threats. Watch your ass down there.
But you wish you at least had the feature.
It's tough to say.
Let's get this done. Your team leader. Set a drop point for your squad, soldier.
But I can't say I don't have that system.
Be advised, gas is closing in. Proceed to the safe zone. Marking contract.
Do you really feel like, I mean, because obviously you made that decision. I don't know how far you made that decision. You said that for 5 years ago, oh, wow.
Your squad mate has intel revealing the location of the next gas spread. Secure them to the uplink station marked on your TAC map for decryption before it's too late.
I mean, it's also extended to like monitors, like speaker monitors.
Yes,
like
absolutely.
So
yeah, monitors are really valuable. Like my first overclock ever was between 75 to 90. The guy in the computer shop that sold it to us, showed me. He's like, it was literally a we're about to leave with the computer, and it was like, hey kid,
was it the little jumper?
It was absolutely. It was literally. Literally, hey, if you move this one thing over here, it's overclock. You can get another 15 megahertz. You know, just like...
You're losing ground. Move it.
Sound old, but the point I'm trying to make is that everybody watching this is going to have their own version of those stories. If you're passionate about PC hardware, there's going to be things from your past, from your childhood.
Your squad made it to the safe zone.
Like things are going to be in the future, and you're going to wish you could fiddle with that stuff.
Can you tell, though? Can you tell what those things are going to be? Because you probably have
from childhood. You have no idea. That's the whole problem. At the time, you have no idea what those things are going to be in the future that you're going to think back on, like, man, I wish I could just, like, fiddle with that jumper again and see how it works. You know?
So everyone should just always hold on to their old system.
Hold on to every message.
Actually, you know, I think Gordon would probably sign off on that.
I can respect that.
Upload has started. Set security.
No, I mean, actually, even Gordon, like, when he left his job at PCs, he was like, oh yeah, I got rid of a ton of stuff. And man,
there's only so much you can actually do. And I do have my last 3 builds in the corner. Oh, really? Yeah, 2006. Wow, 2006. Okay, that's some bitch. 7700K.
Your squad mate is in the gulag. If they survive, they redeploy.
AMD's last single-core CPU was an Athlon FX. Oh, wow. It was some kind of Athlon FX, or Athlon 64, maybe. Huh. Anyway, nice. The point is, though, those are doing nothing. You're sitting there doing nothing. Yeah. So maybe don't hold on to everything, but like...
Well, what if in that situation your mom would have called you and be like, oh, hey, little Timmy next door, he really wants a new computer,
Squad mate has been cleared for redeployment.
And he saw you had a computer and
sniper rifle here.
He wanted it. So maybe you could have lit up his eyes and by handing down the love. Would that make it feel better?
I don't think I would inflict that 486.
I know,
but my last build though.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You don't really care about the last build, right? It's like, and that's still recent enough. I feel like but the one was
but.
Transfer complete. Marking incoming gas break coordinates on your TAC map.
You'd be like, man, that's 700K. But maybe it would feel better if, knowing that 7700K went to.
That build ran longer than any build I've ever owned. That's the one. But it's gone.
Yeah. It's hard, right?
Yeah.
That's the struggle.
It's kind of like classic car, right? Like, I'm sure there are people situations that look at their computers kind of the way they would baby a car, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, totally.
Yeah, and that's kind of how I look at it. Is like saying, you probably wish you thought people just get to drive the old Gator they drove in high school again, that kind of thing.
Yeah. No, I can definitely agree with that. I want to hear though what people in the chat have to say. I like comment down like if there's specifically a piece of PC hardware that you're like, dang, I loved that thing. I wish I had that again. Let us know. Also, maybe there is a way to get your hands on the Texas Instruments.
Friendly loadout drops on the way.
Yeah. There's this thing called the internet.
It's true. Stuff. More stuff gets sold all the time. E-waste also. I've never done this, but I've seen a lot of people talk about going to e-waste sales. Yeah. Find like
supply boxes marked. Secure those locations.
In nature for basically nothing.
That's true. Yeah. So anyway, tell us your fun story. I would love to. Thank you, Brad, for talking about the past, the good old days.
I will do it to excess. If your kids know the CPUs didn't even used to have fans on.
Crazy. Anyway, thank you, Brad. Go over to nextlander.com. Watch all the fun videos. Throw money at the Patreon. All the fun stuff. And thank you for watching this video. Be sure to subscribe here on PC World for more PC hardware and software goodness. We will catch you in the next video.
These robots are making thousands of terabytes of RAM, and we learned the secrets of RAM manufacturing that no one else knew. Until now.
You got gas moving in.
V-Color's Taiwan-based factory pumps out memory using custom-built automation to bin the best overclock.
All squad members are in the safe zone.
In this special edition to our Factory Tour series, we'll watch an SMT line manufacture memory sticks for multiple large memory brands. We'll see hundreds of testing stations scattered around the entire office building, working around the clock to stability test RAM. And we'll meet this guy, the symbolic Manta of V-Color. I'll call him Gary. We'll start our tour of V-Color here, in its automated overclock binning lab. There's no buzzword usage of AI here. These are just straight up robots and automation, the old school way, except with ultra advanced frequency and stability testing of the module. Before that, this video is brought to you by the Deepcool AK620 digital air cooler. We previously reviewed the baseline AK620 as a strong performer and extremely price competitive. Now, the new digital variant includes a screen with a display for some extra flair, including CPU temperature and settings on the display.
One supply box down, 2 remain.
Will pop without going liquid. Consider the AK620 digital at the link in the description below. Meet the backbone of this operation. These robots come in yellow and red variations, with each serving a special purpose. Naturally, the red robots are faster. just like how red LEDs make your computer faster. Both types set to work quality checking memory as soon as it enters the factory from the supplier. The supply gets dropped off here. The factory itself is extremely low-key. It's located in Xinjiang, Taiwan, and it's hidden away upstairs in this older mixed-use office and residential building.
2 supply boxes secured, 1 remaining.
Ultra clean, bright facilities we see in this video are deceptively dark, to the extent that we thought we were in the wrong place when we first arrived. But just upstairs is this advanced overclocking test lab. This lab features
contract complete. All supply boxes secured.
Determine the chip quality of each individual module that V-Color buys from suppliers. Memory suppliers mostly include SK Hynix, Samsung, or Micron. They can process DDR4 or DDR5 memory in these lines, and they perform simple pass-fail analysis. That analysis is done at a given frequency. Those that pass progress to burn-in test.
You've got gas inbound. Safe zone relocated.
While those that fail are sent back to other robots for testing at lower frequencies. Only 2 operators are required to keep this entire binning facility running. And because this lab is kept running with so few people, the natural ambient noise is just the pneumatics of the robots. That's the physical mechanics of binning memory, but there's a whole software side. The automation is able to run 24/7. The screens outside of this lab show the different bins that V-Color was testing at the time we visited. The large number at the bottom is the yield, or the pass rate, at that particular spec. A few of these are at 100%, which is impressive, and we were told that certain die types, like SK Hynix A die, can be more predictable for the target frequencies. If you look closely, there's one here that's at a 57.52% yield. It's very low. That doesn't necessarily mean the chips are defective, but just that they can't hit these settings.
Gas is inbound.
It appears to be configured at 1.18 volts and using timings of 17, 19, 19, 39. That 2,183 number you're seeing is the quantity of chips to test with these settings. Other frequencies
your squad's in the safe zone.
Included 6,400, 6,200, 4,400, and 7,200 plus, but we'll look at that later. But before we move on to burn-in testing, let's talk about how these robots actually do the binning. The test is simple. This robot moves into position over the loading tray of fresh memory from the supplier. It then lowers and uses 8 suction cups to pick up the individual chips. It then moves them into a prep board for a couple of seconds, and then into the testing platform. The actual test typically takes about 15 to 20 seconds, but it requires a lot of time to move that arm physically around. The robotic arm then picks the chips back up after that 15 to 20 second period, and it moves over to either a pass or a fail tray. This particular test we're watching, including the time it takes the robot to move the arm between trays,
Hola! What you doing?
Per 8 chips. At 24/7 operation, assuming 0 interruptions, that would mean this machine could perfectly complete over 1,700 tests per day, which would be almost 14,000 samples per day for this one machine.
Your squad mate secured intel on the next gas spread. Get it to the uplink station marked on your TAC map for decryption while there's still time.
Quicker. Its main advantage is that it has more testing trays though. So instead of waiting for the test to complete before picking up the chips, it can alternate between 2 groups of 8 units. If you look closely, when it's placing the units down in the pre-test tray, you'll see 2 locations for those chips to rest. It also has 2 locations for active testing. This particular test was completing about 16 modules per minute, so at that pace, it could do around 23,000 per day without interruption. The yellow machines were the prototypes. They can run for an hour at a time, completely unmanned, at which point an operator has to load and check them. The new red machines can operate for 24 hours after loading, so this factory may be able to go slimmer on staff for the night shift. We learned that they can test up to 4 timings, alongside voltage and frequency tests, to expedite the process. We asked what the error rate is of the machine itself, and we were told confidently 0%. It never makes an error. That's impressive. Other machines in this lab include a few things we couldn't show, and then an oven, which is a
data transfer is running. Secure the perimeter. Gas is moving in. New safe zone located.
V-Color can manufacture RAM or SSD, which is a common mix for these components. The oven tests products at 98 degrees Celsius for endurance and stability. After all of this automated testing, the memory goes down a quick trip down
Intel transfer complete. Marking incoming gas spread on your TAC map.
Technology line. And this is where the robots really pick up. built-in solder, lasers, and precision.
Your squad mate found intel on the location of the next gas spread. Get it to the designated uplink station for decryption.
Everything
Hurry.
in the PC industry. This is the V-Color SMT room. Here, it operates 2 full-length lines for manufacturing memory. These lines consist of solder paste machines, pick-and-place machines, and machines that cut the memory PCB.
Gas is closing in. Uploading now. Secure the area.
Because they're making RAM, it's small and efficient, and can largely be run with a single operator room. Service mount technology lines.
Your squad made it to the safe zone.
At some point, PC, and they never stop being full. SMT lines are always exciting. That turn into a molten mixture that they also have fast-paced robotic arms that place components with precision. Human intervention is to keep a constant feed of reels upon reels of components and bars of solder. There's solder paste and masking, there are pick-and-place machines, there's baking processes with ovens, automatic optical inspection, and PCB cutting. Some lines, like MSI's, have extra steps for photography of motherboards or GPUs to check against customer RMAs in the future. The longest SMT line we've ever seen is about 100 meters long, and it was fully automated. But back to V-Color's line, it's smaller than VGA and motherboard lines by comparison. It doesn't need the same complexity. That, however, is an advantage for efficiency. The first step of the SMT process is to load the solder mask in the blank memory PCB. The RAM goes through a machine that applies a thick paste to the board. This prepares the memory chips to get baked later, which solidifies the components to the PCB.
What?
Away. The blue mask.
Wars for the Warriors.
You can see that it's been
Your RTB.
The bottom one gives away the speed. This belt is moving currently at 82 centimeters per minute, although they slowed it down for us to film. You can see that the assembly time is 38.68 seconds per board, which is impressively fast. Currently, the line is processing 3,529 chips per hour, averaging about 50 components per board.
Upload secure.
That's everything.
Future gas spread coordinates are marked on your TAC map. Gas is closing in. Get to the new safe zone.
It's not just memory. Meanwhile, complex parts like motherboards can be thousands of parts per board. After going through the solder paste application, the RAM progresses to a machine that performs automatic optical inspection and begins the pick-and-place process. In this shot, we can see the memory chips themselves getting placed on the PCB by the robotic arm. Before and after each movement, it's optically scanning to ensure accurate placement prior to baking. We also